Well, Dee, do you smell
My
that?
guy. My guy.
That is the smell of pussy in Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, the Atlanta Braves have won the World Series in Atlanta. You know, even some of the people that you don't think watch baseball, all of a sudden, the fact that strippers everywhere are going to be making a killing.
Because here's the thing. The one thing I've learned about Atlanta, and thanks to God, who was it? Secret Base now.
Mhm.
They did their whole little 8-part series, wonderful 8-part series on 7-part series, I don't know, whatever, on the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, the city of Atlanta, when it comes to sports, is just odd. It's just odd to say. And I know that they're desperate for winning in that city. They have to be. Let's just be real. This is be real. I think even more so in Atlanta than DC for us. They deserve like
I
championships
mean, them being a Super Bowl was
because
just
let's just be
huge.
real. Let's just be real. The Atlanta Falcons had good teams. The basketball team every now and the Hawks, the Hawks haven't really did,
Hit
at
and
least in
miss.
my
Hit and miss.
they're very hit and miss. They might have something now. Who knows? Even the soccer team has what every early soccer team has in those big cities. Early success. The Atlanta United is pretty good. So they really want something. It's a bustling city. You want that city to have some type of buzz with its sports. Unfortunately, it's Atlanta. They don't win jack. But the difference with the Braves is this: they went through a whole lot of injuries early in the season. I remember at one point it was just a big question mark of
I think we mentioned
do
as
they have enough
much.
to make it anything? You know what I mean? Because while they were a little bit better than the Nationals early in the season, they both sucked. And in fact, if you ask me, the NL East sucked too. But somehow the Mets did what the Mets do. They imploded. The
Mhm.
Nationals in Miami was like, look, we're done this season. Y'all can have fun. So that left Philly in Atlanta. Atlanta just they didn't give up this whole season. They really didn't. And
Dude,
they went up against a really, really good Astros team. And the thing that sucks about it for me is that I love Dusty Baker, and this is another World Series that Dusty Baker ain't gonna fucking win. They didn't win. So, I hate that, but it's Atlanta. So for D, that's another team from the NL East that beat Houston. So don't show up when the NL East shows up then Houston because like y'all got all that smoke for LA, but it ain't half for Atlanta or DC. So
I
I'm
mean,
sorry, smoke. You had all them trash cans for them, but you didn't have for those two.
all I'm saying is, I looked at Houston like, so Houston, so you can't cheat now, and you got Atlanta kicked their ass in the fucking World Series.
They
Like
kicked
Jesus
their ass.
Christ.
Like here's the funny thing: what made everybody laugh, and what made you even say, I forgot that Game 5 was on, right?
Hmm.
So when I saw the score from Game 5, I was like, "No, Atlanta, y'all were up 3-1. They just won
Man,
another one.
listen, the
Don't do it,
slander
Atlanta."
got man,
I
folks.
was ready for memes when I woke up this morning. And I was wrong.
D
I was
D
ready
D.
for
Everybody was saying like, "Yo, Atlanta, you lose this tonight, the slander is gonna be nuclear."
'em.
You thought 28-3 was fucking
Ooh,
a mess? Oh baby,
ooh. If they lost last night and they had to play tonight,
and lost.
ooh, they would have lost. No, if they would have went to Game 7, Atlanta was losing, so they had to win last night. And like I said, man, I will say of all the stuff I've seen from Houston. I think Houston, real talk, after all that bullshit they went through the last 2 seasons, even with some of the guys who didn't cheat, some of the guys who may have cheated, but they knew they were better than that. This was a redemption year for a lot of them. And a lot of them actually kind of deserved it. The one person I thought deserved it more than anybody was the person that didn't need to cheat in the first place. That was on Jose Altuve.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's way too talented to be waiting on, is it a breaking ball? Is it a breaking ball? Is it a fastball? What can I do? Come on, nigga. You are hitting champ for a fucking reason. So in the season he had this year was nice, just fucking nice.
Mhm.
So shout out to Houston for actually trying, but I'm glad y'all didn't lose. I'm glad y'all didn't win. I'm glad y'all didn't win. Am I glad that Atlanta win? Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, what you think I want somebody from my division to win? No. Oh man.
So we're gonna start. We're gonna start with the NBA and stuff. Wizards are doing pretty good this season. It's after 7 games so far.
Man, I gotta say, man, Trez looks good, man. The Wizards, they won a couple tough games, and what they good example, they lost to the Hawks. I know you can tell how they lost to the Hawks. The
They
Hawks
lost two
woke
very
up.
one. They
The
lost,
Hawks woke up number one. So
but they lost. See, they could have easily beaten Brooklyn. That was their first loss. That was a winnable game for the Wizards. I watched the game. That was winnable.
It was winnable, but I think they weren't going to win. I just think they weren't going to win. Just because the groove that KD was in at that time, man, I don't think they were going to win that
But
game.
the Wizards, it seems like the trade that they had with the Lakers has worked out for them pretty well.
Yeah, when you get because Caldwell Pope and Kuzma, great. Montrez might be. I'm not saying that he's going to be an all-star this year, but he's looking at this might be his year to really go through the roof because he was shown in the last 3 years, and I think Washington might be his opportunity to really show how good he is, man. So
yeah. Meanwhile, the man that we gave so much money to, Bertans, and I'm like, so nigga, are you just gonna be hitting this whole season?
We beat who did we beat the other night? That was it San Antonio? I forgot who we beat. But when we beat them, he made like 2 threes. I was like, all right.
Oh, the Celtics.
Yeah, we beat the Celtics. I was like, see that, David? You did a thing.
Well, he did a thing. To be fair, D, he technically did a thing against the Celtics the first time. So it's like, and then he went MIA against the Hawks, and then he came back against the Celtics. So I'm like, oh, there he is. He's back.
I will say this. Bertans, I think he's better. Well, at least I hate doing this before Christmas because I'm going to get into another person like this because we're judging so early.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate to judge on Bertans so early with this, but I think this is his year to really bounce back, to really prove why he's worth some of that damn money. To really, because you can tell when he comes off the bench, he does come off with a lot of fire. He does come off as that person that we have to get the ball. I don't think it's either a lack of him being consistent or we not getting the ball in his hands enough. I don't know yet. I really can't tell. Also, but that same thing everybody's talking about how great somebody been. I get it. Tyler Hero looks nice. Okay, I get it. Kyle Lowry's taking a whole lot of pressure off him, so I need all y'all to chill, all right? But Tyler Hero looks nice so far. I will give it that. Yeah, he looks really nice this year.
Guess who's back with the Wizards after being MIA?
Who?
Rui Hachimura.
I forgot.
Hachimura here's the thing. He was missing for a while. It wasn't injury. It was personal stuff. No COVID? Details on. I was assuming COVID too. But apparently there was so many. The thing of it is, a lot of us was like, hold up, where is Rui Hachimura? Because I know he got injured, but it wasn't nothing that was going to take him out. But then he just went missing. Like nobody saw him at the facility. He apparently was back in Japan with family and stuff. So it's like, what the hell is going on? And
that's weird.
And now today he's back at the facility. So I'm like, it must have been some personal shit.
It had to be. I think, and because if it was anything bigger than that, I think the whole NBA would have heard like, why is this player just gone without the team knowing?
So it might have been some personal shit. He probably didn't want to air it out and stuff, which makes sense because hey, I don't want people to know my personal shit.
And, and it's weird. I hate saying it. Just the irony of it all. They both being Belizean athletes. It's almost it's kind of weird. It's almost the same vibe we got from Naomi, yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
I was like, did Hachimura have a mental health day? What's up?
It wasn't even a mental health day. It ain't even so much that. It's just that I forgot he was gone. And when you mentioned all that, like, I hope it was just like, personal. Maybe he had a tweak the injury. Maybe he just needs some time away for the game a little bit. I'm thinking more likely it's probably family.
Yeah. So if anything, on the West Coast, Golden State is looking like they're trying to get back to vintage Golden State.
Oh my God. They you want to know who's annoying right now on Twitter? Golden State fans. They really think it's their
let's be real, D. You go through the last
2014 again, nigga.
Let's be real, D. The COVID season when they played in the bubble, and then last season wasn't really a good years for Golden State. They were struggling.
No, it wasn't. They were struggling. I think they're still kind of. I want to say they're struggling. I want to say
it's only 7 games, so it's too early.
That's what I'm saying. It's way too early for us to be even saying what these teams are, especially with
also many Knicks nations to simmer it down. I get it.
Knicks Nation. I need the Heat I need the Heat to calm down. I need all the LA haters, you Chris, to calm down. Like
No,
I need
I hate
all of
L.
y'all to calm
See,
down.
I want to
No,
specify.
actually, you know who's bad right now? Whoo, Clippers fans are bad right
They're
now.
going through it.
Ooh, they're going through it. They getting on my nerves. It's like nigga, the season ain't start yet.
Chill.
Yo,
Wait till
bring it
Christmas and
in.
then maybe we might be able to talk something like
Exactly. Yo,
you know.
Miami fans are going crazy because they think Miami fans always think they're gonna. You know what? I hate
Nobody loves us, and
I
I'm like,
hate
guys, chill.
I hate the legacy that Dwayne Wade left down there at Miami because they just think they can win the championship every single year with a bum ass squad. No, y'all squad is not bum. I will say this. I think Bam, out of value, I think Bam is really gonna really flex this season. I think he's really gonna show out this season though. I'm still in I still got a lot of questions myself when I look at the Knicks stuff. Now I do have a question about the Knicks. How long are they going to take this? They number one right now, ain't they?
No, the
So,
Heat's number one, sir.
oh, see, both of y'all so full of shit. I mean it, both of them all. I don't know but because it's
It's
so
Heat,
early.
Bulls, Knicks, Wizards, 76ers, Raptors, Hornets, and Nets. That's the top 8.
Here's the funny thing: the buzz. Pardon the pun for the Hornets. God damn, I was about to go right into that. You know that, right? But
Yeah.
but the whole little thing around them is there's so much excitement. They
Did you?
really they legit love the team that they got right now, young and about and some real shit. Jordan should be proud of the little squad that they got right there. They're not world beaters, but damn it, I like all these. They're all young. Whew, I like that. I like that,
So
man. You can build that.
so let's talk Zion Williamson because we haven't really touched on him.
Yeah.
So apparently, Zion has hit the Charles Barkley weight. And I like that Charles Barkley kind of came out and was like, yo, Zion, like, you might want to drop some weight. I was in your shoes and they had to fucking roast my ass before I had to get my shit together. Yeah, because Zion apparently he got injured. And during the time he got injured, he gained a lot of weight.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Chuck, you never lost that weight. You know that, right?
He kind of, put his way, D. Put his way, D. He lost enough, but he was still big.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Same thing had to go for a couple other players. I can't. They're just not coming to
Like you
mind right
lose
now.
enough to where your body's not going to like hurt itself because of the extra weight, but
I
it would help if it would have helped Charles if he lost a little bit more,
I
that
think
kind of thing.
With Zion, I still don't understand why he's just.
I mean, yo, Shaq and Chuck
They
were
say
roasting
he's
his
hell
ass.
out of shape. If what I believe, everybody's saying he's hell out of shape. You got to believe that. This is what when I hear people say that a basketball player is out of shape, and I'm thinking how gigantic Zion is anyway. Ooh, you a fat dude. You're just
Because the
a
thing of it is,
fat
because you
dude on the
remember when he
court,
came
ain't
out
you?
of college, there was like, hey, Zion, he was still big, but he was still athletic. And it was like, hey, Zion, you might want to drop a little bit of weight because for what you're playing, it's going to hurt your knees with all that weight. And he ended up dropping before the injury. He actually did drop the weight and he was looking pretty good. And his leg injury wasn't there. So when he got injured, boom, he put back on weight. And now it's like, oh God, man, yeah, you might want to drop some weight,
I
dog.
hope
Like,
it's like this. Like if there's
I mean, he's rehabbing right now, but it's like, dude, drop it. Just drop the weight.
and this is what it's going to be. See, this was one of the things I was actually scared about Zion. I was scared there was going to be something with him that's going to slow up his process, whether it be him getting in his own way or him getting elevated way too quickly and he never lives up to that thing. But the way I've been seeing Zion these last few years, like, yeah, he might be a legit fucking force. Like, really, he has to get around this. Because this sounds like an injury that could slow him up tremendously.
Yep.
And hopefully he can bounce out. But come on, Chris, we've been around the block long enough. We've seen niggas get injuries like he got and they don't come back right.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know with technology, I know the way we rehab shit, that should not be a problem, but we still have brothers not coming back for crap like this. And I'm like, yo, Zion, you gonna be the same all-star. Note that, still at an all-star level and all the rest of that. I think he can do it. I think he's pretty sure he can do it.
Can.
I think, but right now, to compound that, there's this whole little thing going on with him and on New Orleans as is. That right now he really doesn't want to be there. It's weird, man. It's like put it this way: the injury has not helped the situation.
Oh no, hell no.
That's the best way of saying it. So I don't know what his relationship with New Orleans is going to be when he comes back.
Meanwhile, Ben Simmons is still citing mental readiness for why he's not playing, and I'm like, all right, Ben.
Okay. So what I
I
have
don't want to be that
heard,
guy, but I'm like,
Chris, what I have heard from enough people, Chris Bouchard and all the rest of them, hey, Ben, you're not going nowhere.
oh yeah, you're not going nowhere. Nobody
You're
wants
not
you.
going nowhere.
Nobody
Not that
wants you.
nobody wants you, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of teams that want you. The 76ers have no need to give you up.
Yeah, that window closed.
This is when it stinks. This is when a situation like this stinks. It's one thing when a player wants to go, really, really wants to go.
Yep.
And it's one thing when an organization is like, oh my God, who wants this nigga? Who wants him? But when it's an organization like Benjamin, you're not going nowhere. We at Philadelphia have plans for you. What? Just to be upset? You do realize that Allen Iverson said he didn't want to practice. And we was like, okay, cool. And the media tried to lynch him for it. We let them. Like, yo, like,
oh my god.
but what we hear from Philly, he's there. He's gonna
Yeah.
be there. My thing is this. I think it's because Philly really doesn't have nobody to give up for him. Like they don't want to give him away and get back whatever they want. That messes up. This is where it gets really funny because we always think as our own personal GM, all you need to do is give him this person, give him that person, and it'll work. Not that simple. Not that simple. Especially when especially when you're talking about that person leaving the team and that team doesn't want to let him go. Philly don't want to let him go. They've spent I think really what it is, they've spent too much money getting rid of him, and they're fucking their own process keeping him. Or I don't know what it is, man. Yeah. I know one thing. Doc Rivers is like, look, we moving. What about you, Joel? Who? Who? I ain't worried about that motherfucker. Yes. Joel Embiid talks like Biggie Lee. I ain't worried about that nigga. He talks like Rick Ross, actually. I ain't worried about it.
I ain't worried about nothing.
William B.
And good news. So the couple of the families that lost loved ones in that helicopter crash from the Kobe Bryant situation, the city of Los Angeles finally settled, and they're gonna settle for $2.5 million.
So just a good question. Did they know what really caused the crash? It was just a pilot error and they just all crashed? Or was it worse? Kind of a gray area that real talk. If we start talking about it, it will get more confusing. I think
it might be the latter, but all I know is it's enough. So the thing is, LA already had to pay a $1.3 million lawsuit because of the breach and some of the stuff getting leaked, which. Yeah, because you remember everybody was getting in TMZ thing. Yeah, so they already paid out 1.3 million for that shit. So they finally settled 2.5 million. I think 1.25 is going to the wife that lost her husband, I believe, in the crash.
Was that the husband that was the
No, the husband. Coach? No. The husband lost his wife in the crash. That's what it was. And then the two siblings that lost their mother and father and sister in the crash, they're getting 1.
I think that was the baseball coach. That was the baseball coach and his daughter
and wife. So they had to pay out for that. So I mean, hey, good news out of that. It's finally done and settled and stuff. And
it's a situation where, like I said, it's a sad situation. Just all right, it's a tragedy, man. You know what I mean? Shit, nobody expects that shit. I mean,
it was just kind of sick to me, like when it happened. Amidst all of us being sad that he died, it was just like, as much as I hate TMZ, it's just it kind of sucked that somebody at TMZ decided, you know what, we gotta be the first to leak the photos, and I'm like, dog, no. What are we doing?
It's one of those weird things where I remember when TMZ said this before any of the sports stations did. That's the amazing part.
popped up on
That's the
Twitter,
amazing
and
part.
then they went live on TV, and I was like, "What?"
And then like ESPN, they're over there just trying because ESPN, like as much as you want to talk, we can all talk shit about ESPN and the weird stuff that they do. They would never have told us, showed us pictures, anything like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Especially they wouldn't say Kobe Bryant's dead until they know it was
yeah.
pop. How did
ESPN was caught off guard.
TMZ call his wife before?
Yeah,
That's terrible, man. That's
yeah.
just terrible, bro.
So moving on to
Oh,
NFL.
the
Oh,
one thing I will stay on with Kobe to give Kobe this what I learned was Kobe had stake in one of my favorite drinks, Body Armor. He owned 10% of Body Armor. Did not know that. That motherfucker, his estate is loaded because they just sold Body Armor to Coca-Cola, which makes D fuck. It's gonna be here's me. Here, look. And this is D showing his own age. It's gonna be Fruitopia all over you again. Y'all just gonna use it, and I'm never gonna see Body Armor again. I love Body Armor. It ain't
Fruitopia.
Gatorade. It's not Gatorade. That's why I love it. Oh.
Fruitopia was lesser Minute Maid to me.
If you want to know the truth, I always thought the little red dragon fruit was just nothing but a Minute Maid on fruit punch. Like
Fruitopia wanted to take over Minute Maid so much, and Minute Maid was like, "Nah, bitch, you ain't us."
Nah, we'll take you over. There ain't no Fruitopia no more. It was made by hippies and it ended up getting owned by a greedy ass corporation. Isn't that a imagine if you will, Ben and Jerry's tomorrow sold to Amazon. That's how that is. Like,
sir,
what?
sir. Disney will take over Ben and Jerry's.
God,
you know I'm right.
I got a question. That's a good question.
The House of Mouse will
Which
make
evil empire do you say yes to? Bezos or the mouse? Woo! That's a tough one.
But let's be real,
That's a
D.
tough one.
There's money possibilities with the mouse because you can make a Darth Vader theme ice cream flavor.
We only sell it exclusively to Disney stuff. It's like, yeah, that's a lot of money.
Disneyland themed Ben and Jerry's.
Here's the flip side. So Bezos, what you got? Niggas can get it when niggas can get a free joke of Ben and Jerry's when they order like. That's a plan, man. That's a plan. That's money.
If you're Amazon Prime member,
you got they gotta do that. Every single person that buy it.
If you're Amazon Prime member, you get a free pint a month.
Boy, I gotta tell you, man, Haagen-Dazs sitting over there like, what about us? Shit. Anyway.
Who wants to buy us? And Disney's like, ew.
Talk to Six Flags. And Warner Brothers, Warner Brothers was always tight. Warner Brothers was always tight with their media and all the rest of that. When it comes to their theme parks. How you doing, sir? So, if you just bear with me, here's the plans that we have for our. How you doing? This is the plans that we have for your ice cream at our parks. Okay.
But all of a sudden, Dippin' Dots is like, hold on there, buddy.
Hold on,
Bucko.
Hold on there, Bucko.
You ain't taking over.
Nah, Mouse ain't doing it. But yeah, I thought that was a really interesting thing though. The fact that Kobe even owned that, man. I didn't made me realize that Kobe did something really cool, man. Before he passed away, he did a lot of bullshit. He just did a lot of bullshit, Nigga wrote a book, made a movie.
Oscar nominated. I won an Oscar.
What an Oscar. Started helping out the WNBA. And I mean it. If Kobe was still alive, it will be so much different. I mean, not so much different. It'll be like, but just a lot more buzz. That win with Candace Parker winning it. Could you imagine if Kobe was alive for that? Oh my God. But look, the point is, it made me realize how big of a deal, how big, like Kobe really, like when after that whole little ordeal at Denver, he was a different dude. He was a different dude. After he almost lost his career, almost lost his wife and his family, Kobe became a different person. He was still an asshole on the court, but come on, man. Look, man. Look, man. Albert Einstein gonna need a chalkboard, nigga. So what you want him to do?
Speaking of which, D brought up something. Go to college football real quick. D brought up something. So you said Jackson State is ranked? apparently.
No. So it was a weird thing that I saw that they were ranked at one point. They were legit ranked at
They
one
were legit
point.
ranked. You serious?
Yes, they was like ranked at like 20, and I was like, that was a coach's poll. But wait a minute, it only showed up on ESP on when it was on TV on ESPN, and then I checked it. They weren't ranked. Did I check on another website? Yes, they were definitely ranked. And I was thinking to myself, are y'all just talking? Are y'all just talking? What rank are they? Like, what are they,
Because
man?
Jackson State is in the SWAC, right?
Yes. And they're not ranked now. I checked it already, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, so what was their rank at that one point? Like, I don't even
I
know,
mean, I'm
man.
looking at the SWAC. They do got like the best record in this. Well, Florida A&M, and Alcorn. Well, them and Florida A&M, because Florida A&M got 2 losses and Jackson got 1 loss. So
And that's what I'm saying. That was an AP poll. That was a coaches poll too. And I'm like, even with a
they're
coaches
5-0 in the
poll,
SWAC. So
and that's what I'm saying. Even with a coaches poll, they didn't beat nobody. Just being, I'm not even trying to be an asshole about it. If I'm going to see that a black school has been ranked, what did they do to get there? You know what I mean? I want to know, what did they do to get there? How are they still ranked? Is it official rank and all that? So and I don't know if I'll ever, and I'm not trying to make it a bigger deal than what it is, but when I saw Jackson State 20 and I saw Bethune Cookman right beside them, they're not ranked, and I see 20 right beside that, I'm like, y'all niggas not in double A, not in one double A no more. So wait, are y'all ranked? Like, it was weird, man. You know, it just threw
yeah,
me off, man. I just
yeah.
give it up. Currently by the AP poll, number 25 is Fresno State. Number 24 is the Raging Cajuns. Number 23 is SMU. I don't know how SMU made it onto this thing, but it did. Number 22 is a team that needs to be off. That needs to be off seriously. Y'all lost that's 3 ranked teams. Y'all should not be up here. And that's Penn State. Penn State is currently number 22. 21 is Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Number 20 is Houston. Houston is nice. Houston is
Mm.
actually they're legit. I don't think they can beat any big time Big Ten program or nothing like that, but they're good.
All right.
Iowa is a 19. 18 is Kentucky. Kentucky been having a very quiet but really good year. Number 17, Brigham Young. Number 16, University of Texas San Antonio. And now D's got to say something about this. Ain't no way in the world the Roadrunners be anybody to get fucking ranked the way they did. I get it. We're letting the Sun Belt on here. Shut up. Anyway, 15, Ole Miss. Told you, it's that type of year. Number 14, Baylor. 13, Texas A&M. 12, Auburn. 11, Oklahoma State. Now it's in the top 10. And let me tell you something, the top 10, everybody on the top 10 actually deserves to be there. Number 10, Wake Forest. Number 9, Michigan. I said deserves to be there. Michigan, get the fuck out the top 10. Get out the top 10. But anyway, number 8, Notre Dame. I get us. No, actually, no. Notre Dame deserves to be there.
Yeah.
Number 7, Oregon. Number 6, Ohio State. Number 5, Michigan State. Right now, everybody say Michigan State's the hottest team in the country right now.
Yeah,
And
they
I
are.
got to agree. I have to agree.
Maryland was on the receiving end of that shit.
Woo, nigga, they drummed the motherfuckers. Anyway, number 4, Oklahoma. Oklahoma is actually my favorite to win it all. Number 3, Alabama. Number 2, Cincinnati, and number 1, Georgia. I still think Georgia's going to choke. They're going to choke
Actually, correction. I'm wrong. That was Ohio State that was on that Maryland was on the receiving end. They haven't faced Michigan State and Michigan yet.
I thought we already played Michigan.
No, not yet. We got the gauntlet, sir. We got Penn State, Michigan State, and Michigan. Good luck, Maryland.
Good luck, Maryland. I don't know how y'all gonna do it, man.
I mean, sure, you beat Indiana. That's nice, but
I mean, come on, man. That Indiana game was actually pretty
yeah, that's pretty good though.
Tungavailoa, man. It's, gotta say, little brother's nice, man. The little brother's nice. I'm looking down now. I'm looking down at number 2 right now, Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati, I've seen them play a couple games. They're pretty damn good, but they kind of remind me of Central Florida. And I'm not saying that they have the same I want them to die mentality, you know what I mean? But no, with them, they have the same type of we're small, but we're ready to run everybody over type of football that they do, man. But I'm looking at it, they can beat Tulsa, they can beat Central Florida. But the game that I'm most interested in is going to be on the 20th, where they got to go against SMU. SMU right now, like I said, they're ranked 23.
I'm just kind of
that's going to be a real big one. That's going to be a real big one.
I'm almost baffled because it's like Wake Forest 8-0. and you would think that would put them above Alabama's, but like I think that's what you're saying. This whole thing is based off of strength of schedule and all that stuff.
And that's where it gets kind of funny. So let me see. Now, first off, who did they beat? Who
Because
did
I,
they?
like I said, I still remember years ago. It was like I think that was that year we first did Mercantile Sports Show
Mhm.
when Hawaii was like undefeated, and yet they didn't. I think they didn't get like the big bowl game. They got some other bowl
They
game.
got some like subs on it. If they didn't get the Hawaii Bowl, they got something else that was like
They got something
small.
else, and a lot of people were
Yeah.
like, "Why couldn't they just get a good bowl game and not just some Chick Fil
And see,
A shit?" And you know,
that's where it gets. That's what I'm saying. I think it's getting better in that regard
yeah,
because we're starting to see people from the Sun Belt on the top 25. We're starting to see Cincinnati being ranked so high because
yeah,
this was real talk. If this was 5 years ago, they would have been just like UCF. They would be like 10th.
yeah,
And like, oh, you guys are good, but you're not that good. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It'll be like that. But you know, I look at Wake Forest to be Presbyterian, to beat Utah State. They should have lost that game. It was 25. It was 35-38. They beat Rice. They beat North Carolina. They beat Elion. They lost to Clemson. They lost to Wait a minute, they lost. Can't be right. Yeah, they did lost. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, got that wrong. Yeah, got that wrong. Let me get. Yeah, they beat Old Dominion. They beat Old Dominion. They beat Norfolk State. They beat Florida State. They beat Tech. They beat Virginia. They beat Louisiana, Louisville. They beat Cincinnati, and they beat the living shit out of. They didn't beat the living shit out of them, but they just beat them really good. Army 70-56. And they
Jesus.
beat Duke. Now you're probably saying to yourself, now D, how they rank so high? Who did they beat of rank? And I'm telling you, no one. They beat no one. And as much as, like I said, again, as much as I appreciate we're putting teams on here that wouldn't have, putting teams ranked where they wouldn't be ranked before, you look at it like, really? There's making it even, making it fair for some other teams. But let's just be real. If there is some weird reason where Alabama doesn't make it to the national championship and they got to do like, I don't know, the Tostitos Bowl or some bullshit, and they got to play Wake Forest, they're going to beat the shit out of Wake Forest. We all know that. So it's like, it's just weird with some of these bowl games. I'm looking at them right now.
But the
It's gonna be odd, bro.
since we're talking football and stuff before we go into the NFL, did you see that story about the high school that won 106-0?
I heard about it. The 106-0.
Inglewood, it was Inglewood High School. The quarterback threw a school record of 15 touchdowns. And the coach for Morningside, that's the school they beat, had the audacity to criticize the Inglewood for opting for a 2-point conversion when they were up 104-0. Now, my thing is this. I feel at some point, if these schools are going to have these type of scores, can we have like a Madden 21 skunk rule where it's like,
I think with high school you should.
you should.
Of all sports, college, no. You grown ass man, take it.
Take that 76-0.
Take that. You take that 100-0. You know what I mean?
College
But
hasn't hit 100 yet. I think there's certain things in place to keep it from hitting
it's
that.
gonna. No, we're never gonna get John.
The most I've seen
Highsmith.
is the most I've ever seen is 70 something. That's
The
it.
the most I ever seen was 70, 70 like 14 or something. That's the
Yeah.
most I ever seen. I've never. Well, no, didn't Maryland? No, didn't
Maryland
Howard
beat
almost lose?
Maryland.
It was Howard that lost like 78-0, right?
Yeah, Maryland beat Howard 78. No, actually, did Maryland beat Howard 78-7.
Still, I think there should be a Madden rule. I really do think there should be a Madden rule. But at the
Once
same
you
time,
up
like
50, just
good example. Good example. What was that? Who was that? Who's that got mad? I think it was in the NFL where they got mad that they did something and he all pushed it. Like, whoa,
sir.
where was all that when you were losing? You can't get mad now. You lost. You had 60 minutes to do that. You lost.
Now all of a sudden the other team does a Statue of Liberty and you pissed off. It's like, nigga, you should have stopped them early in the game and wouldn't did that shit.
You know what? It's like this. It's like this. When it comes to baseball, because I really mean baseball, we didn't mention this too, that next year there's going to be no DH. There's going to be no pitchers hitting balls no more in the National League. And
Oh wow.
and our boy Patrick, who, like I said, I keep on promising he's going to be on the show one day. He's with the Earth 2 podcast. I love this dude. He's one of my favorite white people. But I mentioned to him, like, that's some old white guy baseball shit, bro. Get off of it. Like, there's some old traditions that just need to stop. Like in baseball, I hate the whole thing about running up the score. I hate that in baseball. It's like,
Yeah,
dog,
because then we
stop,
talk about that last season
stop
where
them.
one of the teams, like I guess
That was
apparently,
San Diego. That was San Diego when the
yeah,
Padres,
yeah,
when
yeah,
all them niggas was hitting on home runs, man. Yeah,
yeah. Other
I
team was
get
the
it.
other
I
team's
get the
manager
idea.
was mad about that. I'm like, nigga, it
They're
is what it
running up the
is,
score.
man.
You're a professional. You're a
Suck it up.
professional. If they were college kids, they were doing that. Like, you can't say to the coach, "Hey, yo, man, that's bad form." X, Y, Z, all the way. And that's how I feel. Like
Professional.
in college, like at the end of the Maryland game, like, hey, yo, dog, for real,
Ease up.
for real. Ease up, bro. You don't need
Take two out.
pad your stats that bad, bro. But then you get the flip side. But then you, like I said, when it's in the professional realm, real talk. Oh, you a grown man. Stop him. Stop him. And in baseball, and I get it. In baseball, somebody could. When you get it's like this in baseball. It's not that you get the score ran up on you. It's the ball getting darted in the middle. You thrown out there, and just for that person get, like, you getting doubles, constantly doubled. That's just the worst thing in the world. So I get it. In baseball, it feels like a total ass whooping.
Yep.
But real talk, y'all getting paid millions of dollars. Shut up.
For high school, I seen 106, and I was like, "Yo, stop the madness here! Like, what are we doing?"
In high school, though, bro.
I think it was like 80. Apparently, at the end of the first half, it was like 82 zip, and I'm like, so nobody decided to stop the fucking game at that point? Because I would have. I would have been like, cut.
You know, it's weird, man. It's weird when I see scores like that. I do gotta say,
yo, how bad is your team?
Not even how bad your team is, but. So the refs thought everything was kosher out there?
Were there elbows getting kicked in the head? What happened?
It feels like, so how tall were those kids?
Did Tony Romo just throw instant touchdowns? What happened here?
You know what? I will pay money. I would pay money. I would literally get Tony Romo in pads just to film footage of him acting like he's a high schooler. All right, kids, let's go out here. You go to our school? Yeah, come on, let's do whatever. And Tony Romo's like styling on these kids.
Throwing spirals, and the kids can barely catch it. Like, Mr. Romo.
You gotta make sure Tony Romo does that thing he did to the Rams where he ran back 50 yards, then darts up the field. You gotta make him do something like that. And just have the other coach eating the Snickers like, here we go. He's gonna be here for a while.
I actually, and also the offset and stuff, the opposite team, they get Gronkowski as the wide receiver. So with the other quarter,
I would love that. I would love to see it. Like I said, you get certain people to do these things. You show Gronkowski. Come on, kids. Come on, guys. Let's go. Hey, you guys want to go to school? And have them look, they show the next day at school. Hey, so what's the first class?
Rock,
you're 35 years old.
Nah, Gronkowski is the guy that shows up to the school lunch. What's for lunch, guys?
Y'all, man, Gronkowski looks like a dude that stays outside, that just sits outside of the high school in his own Ford Bronco, fingering the cheerleaders. He just comes off like that, doesn't he?
Somewhere,
natty light, a whole lot of natty lights in the back seat.
So we're
Night Ranger blasted motoring.
Gronkowski's listening to this is like, son of a bitch. How did they know?
Oh my god, man! Gronk like, hey, I don't like Night Ranger.
Like Guns N' Roses. What are you talking about?
Again. Yeah, he does come off like a Guns N' Roses.
Hold on, somebody just responded 3 years ago. Rome to 515 said 3 years ago, my high school football team beat a team 93-13. No bullshit. Jesus Christ.
There needs to be a man rule in high school.
Like the 21 skunk. Stop the
not 21 skunk. No. I think if you're in a high school and y'all make it past 70 points, those are professional football
70,
players out
nigga.
there.
I'll be saying
you
50.
Make it past, nigga, you make 50, that could be a really exciting game, okay? If you make it past 70 points, no, those are blue chips on the field, and stop it. Just stop.
That's college prospects, dog.
You can't do that. Like, see, look, Chris, good example. A really good hotbed that's really close to us is actually of all the football that's in the Washington area. In my opinion, Fairfax County is probably the best football.
Oh yeah, it
That's
is
probably going to be the best
definitely.
football
They're
with
ranked.
TC.
They're
All
literally
the
ranked
they're
in the fucking
nationally ranked
nationally
teams. You know what I
ranked.
mean? Yeah, yeah. All the motherfuckers. That one team, Seneca Valley, all them Bama's, man. These is good football.
Dematha.
They don't get scores that high. Yes, they get like 40 to 50 something or something. They ain't no skunks like that. So that being said, again, if it gets to 50 points at that time, you need to be the ref. Nah, forfeit.
I need the coaches to be like, so, coach, you want to go home and just watch Monday Night Football game
You
because this
got
shit's
that.
done.
No, here's the thing. Here's my problem. The problem I got is this, man. There's got to be a young kid out there that ain't never gonna play football ever again because of that. That's what I hate.
I don't think about that.
That's
I really,
what
you
I
know what?
hate.
You're right. You're right. That is kind of like some kid that had
Imagine
NFL,
if you
NFL
will.
prospects, and it's like, oh shit.
Imagine if you will. You're the other kid. You're the other quarterback. You're the quarterback on the other side. You've been throwing picks all night.
Imagine the girlfriend of that quarterback. Scott, I thought you were gonna play so good, Scott.
Scott. I was gonna call him Skyler, but yeah, Scott.
I ain't giving you a blowjob after this.
So Scott, I thought your name was Scotty Too Hottie. Because you
no
know that's
hand
the
job
nickname.
for you,
You
buddy.
know that's the nickname Scott gave himself, Scotty Too Hottie. You
Say
know
no
the first game where he threw like 3 touchdowns and they won, he gave himself the nickname Scotty Too Hottie. It disappeared after that. He had to play Inglewood.
See,
Inglewood
that's a
laid him
tragedy.
out.
That's a tragedy. You whoop a school, other school's ass, and not one
Nah, that's
D1
crazy.
player on the team. Not one D.
I believe it, and that's the fun. And that's the funny part because some of these schools, and that's true, Like, notice what we just said. We see these. You see the scores that come out of Fairfax County. It's like competitive, but it's competitive football. And sometimes, yeah, the Titans run over niggas. If all the teams out there, the Titans are the only ones that run over Bama's. You know? Like when they see an open and they run over a team. Seneca Valley used to do that back in the 90s too. Seneca Valley used to beat the living shit out of every. Suitland would go out there just to lose by 25, man.
It's like you're the football team for Suitland. It's like, so guys, we're gonna even try today, or we
Suitland
just
is like ranked third in the DMV. They got to go against Seneca Valley. Seneca Valley, all the niggas on Seneca Valley take off their helmets and personally start beating them down. No, I mean that. Seneca Valley was nothing to fuck with back in the day. I don't know how great they are now. I know they're still kind of good, but back in the day, ooh, they was nasty, man.
But geez, speaking of it, so NFL, as you see in the picture behind me, I find it funny today. This is in a day. Let's talk first off. Suggs, he plays for the Raiders, and it's tragic because we had just talked about. Actually, no, we didn't talk about it because it happened the week that we took off. Dallas Cowboy player, right when they went into bye week, he got caught for a DUI. And I think he might have gotten suspended for a couple of games.
That was Kazee, wasn't it? It was
Kazee, yeah, Kazee. I think he got suspended for a couple of games for DUI.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because I had to hear a lot of people say it, and it's just the truth. It was one of those situations where Mark McCarthy, hey y'all, we got a bye week, stay out of trouble, and he stayed out of trouble, and now you got to be that dude. Yeah, you the one that fucked it up.
Now, see with the Kazee, it was typical shit that I ain't gonna lie. I've done a couple times and just never got caught. A lot of us have. I've been buzzed. I've never been like piss drunk, but buzzed enough to where you probably shouldn't be driving. You know, you shouldn't be driving. You really shouldn't be driving and stuff. But like a lot of us, we're careful, so we're not going to be speeding.
Yeah.
Now, Suggs,
on top of that,
Suggs is a different character because number
this
one,
it's not enough
that your girlfriend got killed in this, right? Your girlfriend got
she
killed.
died too?
Yeah, she died. I think the girlfriend got killed, I believe.
Wow.
So I've seen this happen. There was a guy in our neighborhood. Apparently, he got drunk. He hit our neighbors across the street's truck, backed up, drove down the street. He destroyed the back of his Excursion with his Maxima, and he got out of the car fine. Now, Suggs, 156 miles an hour. Folks, I want you to understand something. I've driven 100 miles an hour in my car. That's fast on an open highway.
Yeah. I was here. Jesus Amaro. They had Jesus Amaro had a interview with Lewis Hamilton, and they was talking about driving 100 miles per hour, and Lewis like he was like, yeah, like he's like, so like was the whole car shaking? He was like, yeah, it was shaking. Like yeah, it was feel like it was falling apart. Probably because it was falling apart. You can't drive
Yeah,
a car
rugs.
that,
Yeah, rugs.
like
My
it's
bad,
like
rugs.
it's like this. When it comes to like regular cars, when it starts to rattling like that, that means the car is like, yo, dog, you going fast. I
Oh
can't
yeah,
keep
my
up.
my '05 Honda Civic was basically telling me, "Hey Chris, you're going 100
My
miles an hour." I
max,
don't know.
the max of my like, I had no governor in my fucking neon, and the max I can go was 110. And Eris can tell you when I was going 110, the whole car.
Oh, you're living on the wild side, folks.
Oh
Folks,
yeah, we
you're
living
living on
on
the wild side of the neon too.
nigga. But here's the funny thing: you're going 150. And I'm like, what car? I'm like, was he in a Rari? And I looked at it
It
like,
was
oh no, he was in a vet. Oh yes, you are going 150. Oh my god.
156, 156, 156.
And you killed how many people?
A dog and a woman, I believe. Hold up. Colliding. Colliding. No, not his girl. Because I don't think his girl wasn't in the car.
I was about to say,
Colliding the back of a woman's 2013 RAV4. Yeah.
that thing was gone.
Which killed the woman and her dog. Now, people. Now, there was no jokes, but the one joke somebody said was, "Oh, he killed the dog. It's a wrap for him." And I was like, "Okay, you guys are assholes for that, but you're right."
Oh yeah. Black man can't kill a dog. You know the rank. Niggas are not above dogs. We cannot kill dogs.
But it's tragic too because it's like, oh, his life is over now. Somebody mentioned it's in Nevada. He might get lenient, but I was like, I don't know, man.
I know. I will say this. We'll put it this way because I don't know what it is when it comes to vehicular manslaughter.
That's
I
manslaughter.
really
This is
that's
in
manslaughter.
Nevada.
That's death.
This is it's not death penalty in Nevada, but he getting some years.
You have to, in my opinion, you're probably going to do some fed time for that, man. That's 5 to 10 to me. That's 5 to 10, man. That's 5 to 10 with good behavior, bro. Because
his career
over
because
your
the Raiders
done.
The Raiders like, oh yeah, his contract cut immediately. Like
we have had players get involved in stuff like this and kill people before in their career was all right.
The only Dallas Cowboy player that did it.
Yeah, the only difference is
didn't he go to jail too in Texas?
I just remember the Cowboys keeping them a couple games and they cut them. That's all.
Yeah, it was like it's too. It was basically one of those where there's fire. This is a little too much heat. Man.
Yeah. But we had a few times where we had we had straight up killers who walked.
Oh, Ruggs ain't slapped on this, man. That's it.
Yeah, but this seems like a situation where you just obliterated a car, killing a woman and her dog, and you was drunk. And you was going to 150
over the alcohol limit too. Not just I had two. Alcohol. Not like I had 2 beers. This motherfucker had 18 shots, guys.
Apparently, he was wasted
at Top Golf. And look, I've seen people's pictures on Instagram at Top Golf. Oh, they got wasted.
You know, look, I gotta be real with you. I look as a person.
I've been to Top Golf.
I've been to Top Golf too, bro. I gotta be honest with you. Top Golf's a trap. Ooh, that is a trap. You think like, hey, we're
hitting balls, drinking,
we got a couple. Like, I'm sorry, is that a club over there? Yes, it is a club. Top Golf is a toxic place to be at. It really is.
This is what makes it sick that they built one at Oxon Hill near National Harbor. So it's party central there.
You know what I heard? You know what I heard about it? Mm-hmm. It's pretty damn good. It's like this. Somebody told me this is what I heard. I don't know how true it is. And because the only Top Golf I've been to is the one out in Fairfax. Go to the one in the hood. You want to go to the one.
and it's like the good type of hood party where it's like nobody getting stupid. It's just everybody getting fucked up.
Yeah. And eventually come on. Eventually Frankie Beverly and Maze. Come on.
And look, here's the kick. And the thing of it is too, like this guy had 18 shots. And it's like at that point, and it's funny too, because it was weird the amount of mental gymnastics people on social media were going with. It was like, well, Top Golf should be ashamed of giving 18 shots. I'm like, but we're not blaming the guy that drank 18 shots
and rammed somebody in the back of the car and killed him.
Like at most, maybe you could say Top Golf should have called him an Uber, but even then, Like,
That's not.
is it
And see,
their
that's the
job?
funny thing.
Is it their
That's the funny
job?
thing. That's not their job. Especially you want to say a Top Golf in Vegas. I don't think that's their job, bro. Shoot, in Vegas they have slot machines they have slot machines in McDonald's. What the hell make you think somebody's really going to go
As long as you ain't fight,
call a
I
Uber?
think Top Golf is like, as long as you ain't fighting, we're fine. You're good. That's all it really
I
is.
mean, the
But
nigga
for
was
him to go
at Top
156, but my
Golf.
thing is this: for to go 156, I think there was a layer of you did that shit on purpose, nigga. Like, and maybe you could say, and he did, and the thing of it is, it wasn't like he was open highway. He did 156 trying to go through an intersection, which means that he probably went through, busted through a red light.
You know what is what it really is just that it's a combination of youth and bulletproof. Is a
22
combination of
years old,
youth being
gone
bulletproof, and then on top of that being, I want to say rich, but you have something. You know
in
what I mean?
Vegas. Vegas,
And you in Vegas. It's
yeah.
a deadly combination. I feel bad in the sense of the brother pretty much
Yeah, it's like it's
he
done.
ruined a portion of his
Good
life.
prospect too. Everybody was saying
Yeah,
he's a really good player. Like he's one of the best for the Raiders and stuff. And it's like fuck.
yeah.
And
He
it's not enough that the
ruined.
Raiders
Yeah,
organization
he
had to
just ruined
deal
his
with.
career.
It's not enough that the Raiders had to deal with about to say Harbaugh,
John Gruden and all that.
Gruden and stuff.
Now you gotta deal with one of your players killing somebody.
Yeah.
Come on,
So
my nigga. This is not right.
meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers was like,
Oh, before
oh
we get into it, one more thing before we get into it, because we're not going to talk about it. I mean, we're not going to really talk about it because I have nothing on wrestling to talk about outside
yeah.
the fact that Bianca and Becky, they're killing it. I love them.
Oh, also side note, Moxley is going into rehab
That's
for
what I was going to go
alcohol.
to. That's what I was about to say. I feel bad because I was like, he's an alcoholic, and my wife was like, nigga, so I kind of feel bad
Somebody in our
about that.
wrestling corner group brought up a good point because when he was on Rose to the Top and he's like, "Oh, I need a beer after the match." If you know Dean Ambrose, he's always been a very fun-loving guy. So when you watch Rose to the Top, it's like, "Oh, it's Dean being funny. He's just drinking alcohol, ha ha ha." So when he was like, "Hey, I gotta check myself in the rehab because the alcohol," is like, "Oh, that shit was fucking legit." Like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah, I
damn,
think look, and this is the thing that I keep on bringing up to people. Period. It doesn't matter what promotion you in. Wrestling takes a lot out of people. It's a lot of physical pain, a lot of mental pain. So you're going to get something that's going to
a
comfort.
vice,
You're going to get advice. You're going to get advice, whether it be painkillers, whether it be
weed.
painkillers, weed, or in some cases, fucking everything that moves. You know what I mean? There's going to be some type of outlet for it in some type of way. You know, thankfully, some of the more level-headed wrestlers they got tinier vices that they can outlet
Oh,
that
video
to.
games, and
Yes, it's either video games or you're fucking too much. What is it? but there's something like there's the generation of wrestlers that we're dealing with now. They're trying to be responsible themselves. They're trying not to turn into their heroes. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because
And
you
I
don't want to
think
be on the dark side of you don't want to be 10 years later the dark side of wrestling. Dean Ambrose, I don't think he wanted to be that.
I think Dean Ambrose. I think the one thing that probably got the John was the point person that's walking and talking there and being a big mentor for everybody in AEW is Jake the Snake. I'm pretty sure him and Jake had one or two talks and it was like, fuck. You know what I mean?
I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, because Jake will tell you, like, nigga, I destroyed my life, bro. I absolutely destroyed it. And then when y'all thought I got over it, I got into it even more, and I stayed addicted for another 15 years. So it's weird. You know, I think a lot of wrestlers are doing the right things by checking themselves into rehab, by being man enough and saying I need help. I like the one thing that who was it? The last person to do it that went to WWE is like, help me. I forgot who it was. Who was that? We made a deal about it not too long ago, but whatever. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, thank you, nigga, you getting help." It's like something. It's like that's where it's there for it. Everybody, and I remember not too long before that, everybody was knocking WWE's program for having it, and when that person came up, it's like, dude. Yes, it's a lifesaver. And everybody was getting mad with Scott Hall. Scott was like, because I needed it. Like, because I needed it. He's like, you know how bad it is where X-Pac is like, dude, you gotta clean yourself up. I'm like, fuck you, man. You're like, you go down there and let Vince clean you. And they cleaned him. And I'm like, well, fuck, something's wrong with me. But it's always something you're like, so I'm glad Dean caught this before he lost his job, before he lost his wife, before he
Got a
lost
kid on the way.
something. Got a kid
Well,
on the way
wait,
too.
no,
Yes.
hold up. Is the kid already born? I think the
I
kid's
think
already.
the
Yeah,
kid,
the
no,
kid's already.
the kid's already born. Yeah, because
The
when they
kid's already
had
born.
not too long ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, but that being said, yeah, I think like, dude, get it before it becomes a beast, you know.
Side
So
note,
hopefully it'll work for him, man.
side note, his kid looked just like him because somebody posted up a picture and I'm like, that kid looked fed up like Dean Ambrose. I think it was a picture of Dean had his kid on his lap and he was just looking over there, and that kid had the fucking Dean Ambrose look of like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, that's Dean Ambrose kid. That's
I
his kid.
gotta am I going to give do I give props to him? Yes, I give props to AEW for actually stepping up at that, because for some reason a lot of other promoters really didn't like when Vince would put it out there that this wrestler is getting help. A lot of people didn't like
Well,
that.
Tony Khan,
Yeah, Tony did the same thing that Vince did. Tony, that's the one thing I give Tony doing. Tony's doing everything Vince would do. So that's what I give
people.
him.
I think what threw people off though was that Tony did it 5 minutes before Dynamite, so it fucked everybody up. Like, hold on, what? Wait a minute, what? And it's like you did it 5 minutes before Dynamite, and then all of a sudden Dynamite's on, and everybody's like, wait a minute, time out, dog. You can't just throw that out there and then Dynamite starts. What?
Now that's where D's criticism of Tony kicks in. Hey, yo, Tony, for real, nigga.
Shadow drop that shit.
Tony has shown me one thing. He has no etiquette. He has zero etiquette with any of this. And while that's refreshing, I can imagine Eric Bischoff looking at that. I wish I could have got rid of do that back in the day. I had strippers in my show, and I couldn't get away with some of the dumb shit you say and do. Like, wow, you said that to your fans, and they're still watching.
Imagine you got food.
Tony. I don't know how you
got a food spread. You're ready to watch some AEW Dynamite and shit. And all of a sudden, Tony Khan just pops that shit up like,
no. Here's Vince. Vince like this. That's a bad opportunity. Why don't you make sure you black and white pictures of him looking? Come on, man. Let's point it up, man.
Decorum, sir. Decorum.
Come on, let's make it look good. Play some sad music. Play it. Say he's a Chucky.
Speaking of decorum, apparently the Green Bay Packers said we're gonna hide the fact that Aaron Rodgers wasn't vaccinated and keep it a secret.
I feel like this goes two different ways, Chris. I really feel like the Packers, why we had to tell you he had COVID, and at the same time, I feel like this is one of those things of, oh, he got COVID. Oh,
but D, here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's a video rolled around where he was asked that earlier at the beginning during the preseason, and he said this slick shit. Yeah, so Aaron, are you vaccinated? And what do you think about this whole vaccination thing that the NFL is dropping down? He's like, yes, I've been immunized, and da 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 da. Michael Smith, from him and Jamel's Hill show, he came out and he's like, so I want you guys to understand. He answered that question very, professionally and stuff. He said all the right things. I want people to harp on the one key thing that he said. He said he was immunized. He didn't say vaccinated. He said immunized.
I noticed.
I want you folks to keep an eye on that. And to bear in mind, Michael Smith said this shit way back in the preseason. Nobody really paid attention to it at the time. But somebody brought that back. It's like, I want you to pay attention to that and see how that factors into the season. And what do you know? He popped up positive for COVID.
So here's the thing. Even if he was vaccinated, he would have still probably got COVID, because that's not how the vaccination works. Okay, the vaccination keeps you from getting sicker than you should.
Hospitalized, if you will.
It keeps you from getting hospitalized, and for some people, it's life-saving, because
very.
It's the one thing that's going to fight in your body that's going to keep you going.
That's probably a reason why you're not seeing an influx of COVID cases in the NFL compared to last season, where it was every week.
Everybody was just catching it. Everybody, you could tell Bama's weren't immunized. You could tell all that crap.
This season, it's immunized. This season, you could tell it's like, okay, clearly protocols are being in place. You might see one or two players that'll be out and stuff, which I think this emphasizes the fact that a lot of these team owners like, hey, nigga, we are not going to fucking lose money off this shit. You better get fucking vaccinated.
Get your ass out there.
The kicker is that we found out is this, though. The Packers was like, all right, cool. You're not immunized, so you're going to be under protocol where you're going to have to mask up at every team meeting and stuff, which is ironic because every time we see Aaron Rodgers, he has no mask on.
Are you trying to insinuate that the Green Bay Packers knew that he was walking around unvaccinated? They didn't put him through no
Raw
protocols, but
dogging.
they
Just
told everybody that he was going through protocols just because they want to make sure that everybody's safe and secure. But I'm going to guarantee you that not only was Aaron Rodgers not following those protocols, but there were probably several other people who are not immunized on that team who are doing the exact same thing that Aaron Rodgers was doing, which is walking around with no mask,
mhm.
coughing on the sandwiches. That's what I'm just. I
Coughing on
don't
the
know.
sandwich.
Yo, it really sounds like
If
Green.
Green Bay
The
doesn't get
more
fined,
I just feel like Green Bay knew this was coming, and they was just kicking the ball down the road like, nah, we be all right. Like something tells me that they knew he was COVID. He had COVID last week, and they did nothing. Because you want to know why? Because Aaron Rodgers has been trying to leave
got
this
the
team for
fuck
the
out of
last
Green Bay.
2 seasons. So something tells me they knew all this and they were just being trashed like they always have been.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know what to say, man.
So meanwhile, on the because right now we're in the point where teams are willing and dealing and making trades and the deadline and stuff. Von Miller is going to the Rams and Denver is getting some draft picks. Now you might be
Mhm.
saying, if you've been following the Rams since they got new ownership, a lot of people were very concerned about the Rams and how they're doing it because Rams are playing high risk, high reward because a lot of teams are figuring out that they're not the New England Patriots, where you're guaranteed to go to Super Bowl because of Tom
Yeah.
Brady and how that organization is. And a lot of teams are figuring out, well, your window of opportunity to go to Super Bowl diminishes, and you kind of hit while the iron's hot. And after the Rams had won the Super Bowl, there was this kind of thing of like, fuck it, we don't need the draft picks. We're just going to get good players that we can get out of free agencies and trade the draft picks. At this point right now with the Rams and draft picks after this Von Miller trade, they're stand a chance. Basically, when it hits the 2022 draft, they're not going to get a pick until the fifth round
Yep.
because
And
they
here's the
traded
thing.
away all the first through fourth round draft picks. Now,
They're
it kind of
going,
could hurt them in the long term. Maybe, who knows?
unless you got a plan for next year, man. I really don't know. I really don't know. All right, look, first off, Von Miller was either going to go to a sorry team, or once again, we talked about this last time. When you get traded like this, you're either going to go to a sorry ass team that's going to pay you a whole lot of money, or a Super Bowl team that's ready to win with a
Or a
championship.
team that is primed to go to the Super Bowl.
And so that's where the Rams are. So I really think it's not that bad of
I
a
mean,
pick.
Denver's paying like 9 million of it, so the Rams only have to kick in 700,000.
Hmm.
Which, basically the owner can pay because people say after this that the cap doesn't exist. The cap exists. It's just if you have a rich ass owner, they can pay the fucking
But
tax
remember,
if they
they're
go
gonna.
over the cap.
But you gotta remember, and not a lot of them want to do that. But you got to remember.
Jerry and the Rams owner are the only two I know that can say fuck it. We don't give a shit
So
about the
all
cap, but
right.
Jerry's still being cheap about it though. So
So here's how it is. The first round draft pick went over to the Lions. Their second one went over to the second one's going over to the Broncos. The
mhm.
third one, pick
Go-
old trade for Miller. That's
mhm.
gone. Their fourth round is going to the Texans because they got Brendan Cook. Fifth pick, like you said, is their own.
Didn't
The
they get it for
sixth pick,
Jalen Ramsey?
nope. Nope, that's
Okay.
already gone. The sixth pick is going to the Patriots because they got Shoney Mitchell, and the seventh round pick they get one, and they acquire they got one. They get their own pick and they get another one because they traded for Aqib Talib. So they only got 3 picks next year, which I got to be honest with you, do what you can. Here's the thing. I think getting Von Miller is not going to help him though.
I
I
think
have this
Shannon.
weird.
That's
I have this weird
they
thing. I
said
don't think
it's a
it's going to really help them.
Shannon said more or less it's a lateral move. You
It
didn't you
feels
didn't you
like
didn't
that.
you didn't uptick, you didn't down tick. It's just you'll be fine. You just got another person on the defensive side that can
hmm
help you pretty much.
and remember, we talked about this when we came to Jalen Smith. We was like, see, here's the difference. Von
Jalen
Miller's,
Smith got cut, by the way.
yeah, yeah,
FYI.
yeah. How you see that? But see, that's one of Jalen Smith. He That's too quick, man. But Jalen Smith, it was one of those things where you didn't see the production that he was bringing out. I
Mhm.
think more so football than any other sport, you have a short window showing who the fuck you are before they kick you to the side to keep you permanently on the bench.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to,
Which Deshaun Jackson got cut from the Rams too, by the
I was
way.
gonna say I was just about to say that too.
Who
Deshaun
gets
got
him?
cut.
Who gets him?
Nobody. Somebody's gonna pick him up. Somebody needs a wide receiver that ain't that damn bad. You know what? It reminds me when I was
Sick part D, sick part. It's gonna be Washington football team. Welcome back, Deshaun.
I don't think they should. I don't think they should. Deshaun wants to be in LA. He wants to be in the West Coast.
Chargers, sir. Welcome to the Chargers.
Oh, I would love
Welcome
if I
to
was
the
Deshaun,
Diamond
I would
Dogs.
if I was Deshaun, I would buy it.
I'm looking at the Diamond Dogs like,
Hell
hey,
yeah.
get Deshaun, get Deshaun,
Get Deshaun. He's a slot receiver. He will eat
Herbert
everybody alive.
Herbert would love it.
I'm not even playing with you. Make him a slot receiver. Y'all done killed everybody, man. Deshaun Jackson, despite being not the same Deshaun Jackson that he was, is still Deshaun Jackson.
He was still doing good with the Rams.
He's still nice.
I mean, so yeah. But anyways, what were you saying? Sorry.
Yeah, but I was like, well, we still, we still don't know. It was just a straight up lateral move. Like when the Cowboys got rid of Jalen Smith, we both pretty much came to the conclusion
it had to be done.
It's a lateral move. Get rid of him. We can get some money for it or whatever. Do what we gotta do. Like with Von Miller, it was like if you're the Broncos, it's like, oh my god, we'll just pay the rest of that. Bet, thank you.
Because the Broncos is kind of because the Broncos at this stage they're kind of technically rebuilding, and somebody said it best.
I can't tell.
But see, here's the thing: somebody said maybe this is them priming and ready to try to either get Aaron Rodgers, which I can see. Because I mean, Aaron Rodgers is trying to get the fuck up out of Green Bay. So
I don't know how desperate he is to go to Denver.
well, let's be real. John Elway loves himself a good quarterback. So
I don't know.
If
I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'll be just like Tom Brady. Y'all better take me to a place that got me that just need a quarterback.
Which then puts him in the
thing that you need.
Which then puts him in the position of what other team really needs a quarterback, and they're kind of just sitting there.
Oh man, Vegas will get rid of Carr just to get.
Yeah.
Oh, they ain't got and they ain't got Gruden there to say no. They will do that shit.
How much you want? Oh, okay.
But I don't know who gets Aaron Rodgers. I don't think
but they said Denver is priming to try to get Aaron Rodgers, so we'll see.
I just think that the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes is not over yet, but it's kind of cooled down. It won't get hot again until all season, so we'll see.
But meanwhile, Dolphins dropped trying to get Deshaun Watson because apparently the stipulation was Dolphins wanted Deshaun Watson, but Watson had to pretty much settle with his situation before they can acquire him. And I guess Deshaun was like, "Fuck you, I'm not doing that shit."
Yeah, I think really, and also I don't think. Nah.
Yeah,
I'm glad it didn't go through. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. So there's that. Speaking of which, this has been a wacky 2 weeks for the Cowboys because Dallas, there was very much a will they, won't they play, Dak in the Minnesota game, and then they finally decided it was a game time decision. Which, by the way, you know what? Pause on Dallas. I'm going to table Dallas for a second. Kansas City. What are you?
I tell you what they are. They are burnt out.
I'm glad I didn't play. He might have did
burnt out.
He might have did 2 points better than Jalen Hurts in fantasy. But at the same time, I'm glad I played Jalen Hurts because overall Jalen Hurts played better Sunday.
I don't know what to tell you, Chris. This is like
he threw an interception, D. I knew he was going to throw a fucking interception against
I feel that
he's Tony Romo. It's like you're guaranteed an interception a game.
I feel that Andy Reid maxed out his levels to get a Super Bowl, and that's mission accomplished for me. I don't know why we still here. At this point, look. Andy Reid is a dude that completed the game, and a guy that 100% of the game,
He's new
and
game
then
plus
you're
in it at this point.
he's like, is he new game plus? No, no, no. The new game plus is when he won the Super Bowl. At this point, he's a dude fucking around on GTA Online. He's not doing nothing constructive.
Driving around, playing the radio,
Driving
shooting up shit.
around with a rocket launcher, blowing up random ass cars.
Because I'm just looking at the
You ever
state
know?
of
Do you know a friend that look? I'm not saying this to you. I'm looking at everybody out there. Y'all got a friend that still plays San Andreas for some stupid reason, and they're still doing the same stuff they did back in 2005, thinking it was cool. Yeah, it's the same. It's the
I
same.
mean, because that
Same principle
because
applies.
that Giants Kansas City game was a shit show.
No, that I would tell you this, man. Ever since the Redskin game, I knew that these are not the same Chiefs. The Chiefs that we knew back then. This is a team that's going to fall apart as soon as they got to play a team before. They're going to fall apart as soon as they got to put that game in the hands of Patrick Mahomes and no one else. Patrick has been overloaded and he's not as good as he. I should have seen this shit
coming. I'm not trying to jump the gun.
No, you should. You should. You got 7 weeks.
Okay.
You should jump at this point.
Diggs is going to have a ball against the Chiefs.
If the Chiefs continue to play like they are, they're not making it into the playoffs. No, they're not. And it's going to be hilarious when the Chiefs don't make it, because I ain't never seen a team with talent just don't care. They don't care. They don't. Because they think everybody's going to bend over to. They still think they're the 2014 Warriors. Like everybody's scared of your offensive prowess.
Nah, bro.
Tyreek Hill's going to outrun all of us.
No, the offense isn't even scared of defense, because old boy for the fucking Giants was like the greatest fucking quarterback that ever lived that night.
Let me tell you something, man. Daniel Jones had no business looking as good as he did against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are sorry.
You see his stat line for that game? You see his stat line for that game?
What's the stat line? Do you got it on you? Please tell me, man. Let's look at Daniel real quick.
Hold up, let me bring it up.
Make no sense, man. You gonna tell me that the Chiefs, man, this is not the same Chiefs team, bro.
Hold on, let me bring up the box score. Daniel Jones, 22 of 32, 222 yards, 2 TDs. One interception.
Had a QB rating of 96.1. That is pretty damn good. You let him walk on y'all, man. He do. I bet his numbers against the Cowboys were better than that. He only got 98 yards and a QB rating of 65. Get out of my face. Don't do that.
That means the defense did their job for Dallas. So
he only played half the game. You only played half the game, man. I bet they won another game where he played sorry than that. He played against against the Chargers, 242 yards and 3 interceptions. That was his worst game. Yeah. I told you. Daniel Jones is different this year.
He has potential. I think it's I give credit to Jason Garrett for that, because he definitely has helped him develop himself. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I think that was, it was funny too, because as much as people talk shit about Jason Garrett as a head coach and stuff, I think him being the offensive like coach, it works out for Daniel Jones.
It's the only thing that's actually working for the Giants right now is their offense.
Defense is trying. God knows they're trying.
Their defense. I was like a lot of people. We really thought their defense was going to be different. No,
it's trying. It's like it feels like Dallas when their defense is just duct taped together, and it's like, all right, guys, go out there and get something. I guess.
All right, guys. Looks like we got ourselves a big order to fill. So let's try our best. Tackle well, guys. That's what it feels like. You got to reinforce fundamentals with the team every time they go outside.
Don't put the Giants defense in a situation where the team is up and they got 1 minute left and let the other to stop the opposing team from getting a touchdown, because oh boy, that's not gonna work.
I mean, Chiefs don't even look the same, man. This is not the same
Dallas.
team.
They gotta play Dallas though.
Lord have mercy.
Meanwhile, D, the Jets all of a sudden decide they want to play fucking games now.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep it at this. The refs fucked them. The rest fuck the Bengals.
The Bengals game, I'm sitting there
Joey, I want to talk about him. How come the refs gotta give everybody give them all the glory and stuff? I hate it. Stupid.
I mean, because the Bengals have been playing lights out. They've been playing really good, like to the point. And
that's what Stacy got my Nintendo Switch. Tell her to bring it back.
I mean, because the Bengals have been playing so good, and it's like, wow. And then it's just like, damn, they lost. It's like,
I think, no, actually, in this game, it was a little bit different. It was a really hard for a game. To be honest with you, Jets played the best game they ever played, but really, the pinstripes helped y'all niggas. That should have been an L. That should have been an L.
Oh, it should have been.
Ooh, that should have been an L.
I think the refs I think the refs had a line on that game. It was like, nah, nigga, we ain't losing this shit. I'm going ahead and throw that flag.
Throw that flag out there, man.
Meanwhile, D, is it safe to say that we had fools go with the Browns? Because Jesus Christ, they went from number one to the bottom.
I really think with the Browns, I think they're just beat up. I think they're having a beat up year, and it wasn't going to be their strongest year anyway. Mm-hmm. And news came out today. The coach pretty much told everybody, "Oh yeah, Odell, he don't play here no more.
He's on the roster, but he don't play."
Yeah, I know he's on the roster. He just don't consider him a team member no more.
Odell's trying to bounce out of there.
Oh yeah, he is. But I think what happened with the Browns was they're going through injury. They went through injury. They're going through a really shaky year. Nick Chubb pretty much just got his head smacked, man. Mm-hmm. The Steelers really played the best defense they played all season, apart from maybe the first game of the year or so. But to give the Steelers that the Steelers are not a playoff team. Let me make it very clear. I was telling my wife this because, I was telling her, you're used to this. You're used to what I'm feeling right now as a Dallas fan. Oh my God, we can lose a game, but we'll be fine. Y'all never had to feel that way. In fact, y'all one of the most winning teams in the last 20-something years. This is why and we keep on talking about Mike Tomlin. That's why Mike is still there.
Because Michael Tomlin, he has a over 500 record overall.
They only had 2 losing seasons.
That's pretty good.
In the tenure of him being there, almost 15 plus years, coming up to 15 years, he's only had 2 losing seasons. The Steelers don't know what losing feels like.
Yeah.
So when we thought they was going to go through it this year, now apparently they're not. They're dodging it again. I don't know how, because this is the year I think they should fall. They should fall because y'all need to start over. Y'all clearly need to start the shit over. But you know what? To be honest with you, like I said, they pulled out a very impressive game against them. Weird score, 15-10. That's just a weird score. Though.
You know what's weird? If I look at it overall, though, Detroit can't catch a break, by the way, because here's the thing.
I didn't see that game.
I
didn't see if I go, but I didn't.
I'll say this: Jalen Hurts didn't do it. I think he threw for over only 150 yards, but clearly it looked like the Eagles just ran it down the fucking Detroit Lions' throats the whole fucking game. Because Detroit just couldn't buy a win. Their defense couldn't stop the run for shit.
I gotta say, man, whatever.
But also,
let me bring up this game. Mm-hmm. I thought it was one of his best games he had so far this season. I thought they legit had a chance. Mm-hmm. But right at the end in overtime when he threw that pick, only thing I needed was this. Carson Wentz taking off that helmet. Day after day, I text on the phone. Like, I felt so bad for Carson. This is the first time I felt bad for him. Like, yeah, Carson, reality is set in. You're a 79.
You're nice. I say 75, sir.
No, I think he's a 79. Ooh, that's a good game. It's a tight game. You sure you can win it? Oh, better luck next time, Carson.
But here's the thing.
I feel bad for the Colts. The Colts. I don't know who to blame. I feel bad for the players because the players have shown me that they're better than their record. But flip side, hey, Frank Wright, Ooh, you need to get. Ooh, I'm not saying you need to get fired, but ooh,
But dude, here's a sick part. Here's a sick part. Compared to the NFC and the AFC, with the expanded playoffs and stuff, the Colts still have a shot. It's a long shot, but they got a shot, and it's only because
the
the
Jacksonville
Patriots,
Jaguars are so
the
fucking
not
terrible.
even that, not even that. The Patriots, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Steelers, and Browns and Denver are so shaky that they can get into those like sixth spot.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't think it's gonna be strong enough for the Colts. But look, if you're the Colts, you're trying to get into the wild card. That's the only
That's what I'm
way.
saying. The wild card, they got a shot because some of these other
Got a
teams are so
shot,
shaky.
theoretical shot. Because I don't know how strong the Steelers are going to be. We don't know what the
The
Browns
Bengals
are
are
going
kind
to
of
be. We don't know what
Bengals.
the Bengals might end up winning that.
No, Ravens. See, it's gonna be tossed
The
up between
North
Ravens
is
and Bengals.
amazingly. Isn't it funny? The AFC North is still up in the air to me, though.
Yeah.
I think it's still up in the air. Good
Yeah.
Lord, man.
But meanwhile, the Titans.
After the day, I just
Hey, look. I lost a D in fantasy, but like when I noticed that Derrick Henry wasn't putting up numbers, I was like, what the fuck is going on with Derrick Henry? Because when I was facing off against D in fantasy and I saw Derrick Henry, was like, this son of a bitch is gonna kill me because of Derrick Henry. And I was like, Derrick Henry didn't put up a big number today. I might have a shot. And and then your other players kind of, helped him out and stuff. But he had a toe injury. He has a foot injury, and he's going to be out for a total of 7 weeks.
7.
Which
D says 8. I think he's
probably eight for good measure.
I think he's done for the season.
But
if he comes back this season, he's forcing it. I feel that he is.
They're fortunate enough they're in a position to where they're going to probably be in the playoffs, so that might be the saving grace of him coming back. Maybe. But they got Adrian Peterson out of free agency.
We'll see how good Adrian rocks.
I'm not saying that's going to be an instant win.
Oh yeah, that's not a
because he still has to remove that rust.
Yeah, that's not set, but we'll see. You know what? It's kind of funny. Even looking at the AFC West, it's still up for the grabs too. Holy crap! You know what? I hate to say this. I think this is actually a good season of football, Chris. I hate to say it.
I mean, hey, look, you look
the
at
the AFC North, 5-2 Ravens, 5-3 Bengals, 4-3 Steelers, 4-4 Browns. That's still in the air. AFC West. The Raiders are 5-2, Chargers 4-3, Chiefs 4-4, Broncos 4-4. Now I know what everybody's saying. Broncos suck. Oh, speaking of which, let's just stop right there. I called Chris. No, I didn't call you, Chris. I think I put this up in our little Facebook group. I said, "Oh, they're playing the football team." A team that sucks. That clearly sucks. Where they playing at? Mile High? The football team losing this one. That's my upset of the week. Chris, my upset too.
And sure enough, like clockwork, I want people to understand to set the tone here, right? It was a close game. It was a close game, and at one point I was getting nervous. I was like, damn, Broncos might lose this game.
Yeah, I know, right?
So all of a sudden, Broncos do a touchdown.
Ain't no worse than putting your faith in a sorry ass team, isn't it?
Broncos got a
sorry ass team that you don't like. There's no worse than that. Yeah.
So Broncos got a touchdown. So I'm like, it's up to Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke. All right, let's do this.
Okay, Taylor. Mr. Heineke, why are you trying to be a hero? Did you see that?
Be your hero, baby.
Did you see that Randy Quaid drive he tried to pull together? Not Randy, Dennis Quaid. Did you see that Dennis Quaid drive he tried to put together? Only thing that was missing was Bill Withers. Keep on using me till you use me.
He did, he pulled. He tried to go renegade. He tried to go fucking Maverick, and it was just bro. You ain't. Hey, you know what played in my head? You ain't that guy, pal. You're not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. No, Chris. Look, we have taken so much. we have done a lot of Washington football team slander on this show. We have, but we keep on telling y'all, we know your team. We know your team. We have to deal with your BS when y'all lose a game and bring down the whole emotion of the Washington area. Okay, we know your team. So, Chris, would you like Chris? What I said, Chris smelled the same aroma that I smelled in the air. These niggas losing today. God, they stink,
I don't know
nigga.
how, but they're gonna lose. And it brought up a good point. I think you muted yourself. Nah, but it brought up a good point. It brought up a good point about how it brought up a good point about how like I think the team emphasized too much on defense, which they needed defense, but at the same time, it's like maybe you should invest it in offense. And then somebody was like, well, maybe you should get Cam Newton. I'm like, you want to put Cam Newton behind that line? All right, guys.
Oh, they're still trying to
Pack it
use
up.
these.
Pack it up, guys.
Why are y'all still trying to patch a hole with one single band-aid? I never understand this thing.
Pack it up, guys. Cam Newton is not going to be your guy that's going to turn it around.
I'm sorry, Chris. When you said you're not that guy, pal, that right there, there's no way. Like I said, we lived this city long enough to know who's going to be a decent quarterback for this sorry ass team. We already know. Look, you and I. Look, Chris, you're like me. I see your passion. I see you're not that guy, pal.
Here's the sick part. Dallas, dude, here's the sick part. Dallas is in a dick swinging position that I feel in my heart of hearts as a Dallas Cowboy fan, they play Cooper Rush as like when you're staring at the rest of the NFC East. Yeah, we're playing Cooper Rush. How you like that? Oh, we won too, by the way.
I have look. You know what? No, Shannon Sharp said something very interesting that gives me faith. Because I hate, when people always hate on our team, they have to actually give us credit. It sounds different. It sounds weird to us. Fuck it. Let's talk about. Yeah. Fuck it. Let's just talk about our game. Let's talk about our game, the Cowboys versus the Vikings. Real talk. You want to look? What Shannon Sharp said was very interesting. He said, "Y'all remember? He's like, this remind me. Like, I give it up. Dallas remind me. Y'all remind me of my team in 9-7. Like, remember." Elway got hurt that year and was out for a couple weeks. And Shanahan was like, we can do it. And they brought the game. They went to those 4 games like it was nothing.
Yeah, but Kantz was like the one that took over, right?
Huh? Nah, it was Bob B. Start with B. I forgot his name.
I don't know why I was thinking McCants for some dumbass reason.
It wasn't and I know you're thinking of not him, but whatever his name was, but he took over.
Yeah,
and they was all right. He said it's that same thing. It was a game where you have to win, and they come out and do it. What made this so interesting was the fact that what made it for me was. Again, Chris, this was a situation where you and I have extensive knowledge of something.
Last season, guys.
No, not of the Vikings. No. You and I know who Kirk Cousins is.
We seen him in here, Washington. We know him.
We know who Kirk Cousins is, and I know for a fact Kirk Cousins has a record of 2-7 against the Dallas Cowboys. He does not beat us for good reason. Not because he sucks, but because he just can't beat us. So
he's like the Westbrook of football, stat padding like a motherfucker.
Boy, you want to talk about this motherfucker. This look. So Chris, the problem I had with the game was this. I knew there was going to be difficulties with the offense, especially in the passing game.
Cooper Rush trying to get acclimated.
And then on top of that, and this is where the chess game comes in. Dallas is going to have to run that ball.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to. And Dallas did a good job of it. They really did a good job of spreading the ball out. And that's what the real interesting part was.
A lot of check down plays, but it worked.
It was check down plays, but you expect the check down plays to come from a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
You expect that. You don't expect
you had like 2. You really only had 3 plays that were like big yardage.
The one to
Wilson. That was a touchdown after.
The one to Amari, not the touchdown.
The bobble
The
one.
bobble one. Now the bobble one, just real talk. That could have went either way.
That
That
scared
could
me.
have been.
That
That could have
scared
fucked
me.
around and been a pick. That really could have fucked around and been a pick. But athleticism won the day on that one. And yeah, real talk. If you want to flex, if you want to say that about the Cowboys in a sense, yes, you can. High end talent kind of saved this. Let's just be real. So, but at the same time, what I'm seeing with this team is that there's a will there.
The final
And
form hasn't even been revealed because there's still people.
And
There's still people.
here's a weird thing. Here's the weird thing. I don't know how I cut my light off. Anyway, the weird. Goddamn it. Anyway, I don't know if it was McCarthy or
McCarthy didn't fuck
maybe-
up this game. I was shocked. I was like,
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's McCarthy, whether it be Dan Quinn. I don't know who got this team thinking differently, but there's something different about the squad, bro. Of all the years that we've been watching it, even when we had these incredible fuck around and find out type of offenses with Tony Romo, we didn't have it as this solidified in years with the Dallas Cowboys, man.
Everybody's been saying that. It's like something's
up.
up.
And that's why I said it was so that's why I was saying it's so funny when I was yakking at my wife. I was like, y'all don't know how she's like, she was like, okay, and y'all winning this season. Like, nigga, we don't know how this feels.
It's weird. It's like
understand this.
You don't want to jinx it,
deprived of this.
It's like you don't want to jinx it, but it's like,
Yo, even when we had, like I said, even when we had these good offenses, and we had some impressive ass offenses with the Cowboys, man. Did your background just change for no fucking reason?
I changed it. I don't know what. Side note, folks, we were supposed to do another podcast, and then it just transformed. That was my dumb. But anyways. But nah, but the game was weird. The game was weird because it went from the first scoring drive from Minnesota. I was like, shit, Minnesota's gonna be doing this shit all game. Then all of a sudden, it's like the defense stepped up and was like, nah, bro, that's not happening. I'm like,
And the weird thing is there was if there was a takeaway, I didn't see it. Was there a takeaway? I don't think there was a takeaway.
Nobody got no takeaways.
No, there was
almost
no takeaways in this game.
Yeah, Gregory almost had a strip sack.
Boy, but that's the one thing I noticed. There was a lot of tight coverage. They didn't give none of the wide receivers no room to breathe. Even when they did have to breathe, it was just they was either it was these undercut, there was these cut-in routes where
dumb penalties aside for a couple of grabs.
And there were quite a few dumb penalties. And here's the thing, and that's the one thing that's been really hurting Dallas more than anything. It has been penalties, but Dallas all season had to find a ways to dig themselves out of it. I don't know how they do it.
This game. I mean, I'll say nothing is going to touch the Steelers. The Patriots one, I think they had penalties that amount to 105 yards total. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Nothing's going to, that Steelers game was bad. But here's the thing. Dallas playing that bad with the penalties. Why was Minnesota trying to match us with it? It was so weird. Like, why? Why are y'all trying to play with it?
And then it was a couple of plays where
man, we're supposed to fuck them like this. What are y'all doing?
And then there was a couple of plays that even Shannon Sharp pointed out, like, so Cousins, why are you checking down to that one receiver when you had another one open?
He did. Thank you. Kirk Cousins to me has no business. Kirk Cousins has the arm of Phillip Rivers, but has the derping ability of freaking Eli, and I never understand that.
Because to be fair to Cousins, though, like
you are a good quarterback. Why are you this retarded?
Because to be fair, when he was playing with Washington, I would say that was the first time Washington had a competent quarterback, even with his mistakes at times. But it was like,
mediocre, cool. As mediocre as those offenses were, it wasn't because of Kurt. It wasn't because of Kurt. But what I'm saying in Minnesota is that all of his goodwill, all the real goodness of him is being dried out. It's going down. Like him and Jared Goff are on the same trajectory, except Jared Goff is starting earlier than he should. But like the way Kirk Cousins is not nearly as bad as he really is. Also, but good Lord, man, I can't point nothing to you of what he's done that is awesome.
Also, Zimmer, how you have a job still,
dude? I think this is official. I think this is it. I think
why would you call back-to-back timeouts like that in order to I didn't know that was a thing you can get penalized for.
Yes, you can.
I didn't know that.
It's sort of like the NBA. It's just like the NBA. When you run out of timeouts, you can't do that. Stop.
Can't go back to back. What are you doing?
Stop. Yeah, you can get your timeout, but you're getting the tech too.
You're just fucking with people at this point.
Like it's sort of like that. Yeah, like I think that was that's just bad time management.
Yeah,
That's just
it
bad
really
time
was.
management. That I don't know. Like
But
of
also,
course, because you're the head coach, they're gonna blame it on you. But I feel that was like, I feel like somebody messed up.
but the
Somebody messed up.
also,
That wasn't Mike Zimmer on that one to me, man.
but also that 3rd and 11, dude. I sat there and jumped up like, yes. Zeke blowing through those
Zeke
2 guys.
was
When he blew through those first 2 guys, like, oh, he got the first down. I was like, oh, he got a little bit more than first down. Like, oh shit, okay, shit, all right.
boy. That had to be scary. That had to be scary if you were a Vikings fan to see that dude bust through those
Because
two
when he blew
tackles
for
like
that first
nothing.
coverage, I was like, oh, he got the first down. Because at that point, if they got him, it's like shit, it's going to overtime. Fuck.
And the thing that gets me about all of that during that whole little but well now that at the beginning of the it was right around the beginning of the fourth quarter, we started to notice a very, very, very wholesome storyline. They kept showing Cooper Rush's family, and the one person that they kept mentioning was Cooper Rush's dad.
Mhm.
Cooper, you could tell who the dad was.
Oh
It
yes,
just and that's what made it so cute because they're kind of older. They're kind of older, not like the standard we're in our 50s white
yeah,
people. No, they're there might be in their 50s. There's
yeah,
old
yeah,
white people, but the point is this. Um, but you know who the dad is. When you see
yeah.
all of them together, you know who the dad is. So the whole time he's making these dad emotions, and I'm with him like, holy crap, how did you do that? Oh God, all right, come on,
Oh,
come
when
on,
he
come
had
on,
the
come on,
prayer
come on, son,
hands
come
like
on.
this,
We
when he
had
did
prayers
this,
like this. Everybody was like, yo, we with you. Hey, yo, Papa Rush, I'm with you, bro. I don't know how your son's
yo,
doing
his
this.
family and his wife is right there with the family. I'm like, oh boy,
And
this is
and what
man.
made it so good when they won the game, they just showed his dad just smiling, showed up. I was like, that right there. I was like, that's so wonderful. Because he knows his son's probably not going to start any other time or any other time.
But to
But you
see
gotta
that
think
though,
about it. My son is playing on Sunday night football for the Dallas Cowboys, and he won a game.
the only game that's happening at that time too.
Put a gun in my mouth. Shoot me. I did it. I did it. I did it as a father. That look of him smiling, look up. I was like, I can't wait till I have that day as a dad. I cannot wait till I have that day. Like that's my boy,
But
nigga.
before we go to the our picks and stuff, I have the caution. So Cardinals lost to the Green Bay Packers. Credit to the Packers
Ooh,
defense.
I want to say that was a good game, but good lord, everybody felt. It was like
People were dropping like flies.
it was like platoon. Showing somebody getting tackled,
D.
showing one person holding their knee.
Kyler
Everything's in
Murray,
black and
Kyler
look,
Murray,
everything's in black and white. Show a random kid in the audience when the ice cream fell on the ground crying.
Kyler Murray might be out for the next game because he had a leg injury after that. Which, if you're an Arizona fan, you're like, oh fuck,
Or
because
if you're like D, who
I got Kyler Murray in my other fantasy team. I was like, fuck.
you do realize that I have lost Cal, and look, I'm about to lose Callum Murray. I just lost Derrick Henry. I lost Juju. I lost David Montgomery. I lost God, who else I lose?
You still won, D. To be fair, man. I mean,
You
you
don't
did win.
understand, Chris. Not your game. Your game, I beat you soundly. I'm not trying to
Yeah,
be. I'm not even trying to. Not like beat my chest about that. I beat you,
yeah.
but the two prior games, oh, I should have lost, and everybody knows I should have lost, and I agree,
Oh, I
I
saw the
should have
scores. You
lost.
eked out. It was on some like, it was
I
just like,
eked out by like 20 points in these last two games. In the last two games, bro. Good lord,
not
even me beating you was not a given.
that was
That's
more so.
the thing
No,
that
it
pissed
was
me
D.
off.
You know, it was D. No, it was D. Between that and Sunday was basically backup quarterbacks rule the world because Jameis is going to be out for the season for ACL injury.
Wait a minute now. I was just about to ask that too. I was just about to ask
Out
that.
for the
He's out
season.
for the season. You know what sucks? James was
Good,
I
pretty
thought he was
good.
doing decent.
He was doing good.
That
Hey,
sucks.
look. It was to the point that at this point with them beating the Buccaneers, it's going to be tight in the AFC South between those two.
I gotta be real with you, and I
And
gotta be
Thielen
real.
was not was it Thielen? Was it Thielen?
Who
The
the
backup quarter?
backup? Yeah,
Tim,
Thielen. Yeah,
yeah, Thielen.
Yeah.
Thielen was looking pretty good.
I will say this, man. The one thing um Jameis did has shown this season is that he was ready to legit bounce his career back. He like
He
I'm
was doing.
like I don't think he was gonna like he knew himself he wasn't gonna be making these super numbers, but damn it, this is a second opportunity. He was throwing picks like he used to. Oh yeah, the bakery opened up like 2 or 3 games, but oh
Well, he got his ass fixed, so he ain't throwing
yeah,
multiple
he ain't
interceptions.
throwing multiple interceptions
Might
or
get one or two.
purposely throwing directly at a player.
Yeah, so he,
Look, or purposely throwing directly at the defensive player trying to be funny. He don't do that shit no more.
well, AJ Green apparently played that part with Kyler Murray because everybody was like, "Yo, AJ, you didn't turn
So
around."
let me get this straight. Did the timer not go off in his head?
Apparently not,
Did the timer not go off in your
because even
head,
that Green
boy?
Bay Packer player that was covering was like, "Oh, the ball's coming my way. Let me catch it. Game over." I was like, "Wait a minute, what happened here?"
The Packers. This is the 3rd game. Oh yeah, and of course the famous picture of Aaron Rodgers on the ground. That was just perfect. That was just perfect. Mwah, molto bella. It was beautiful, yeah. I don't know how. I don't.
I was
You
waiting for
know.
somebody to put Shannon Sharp's face where he was doing like this. Like,
It ain't over yet. Somebody gonna do it. Somebody gonna do it. Someone said he got the do rag too. You know how he gonna do it. Yo, but yo, the Packers get out of a loss again. Don't know how they do it. They did it.
but they own they own the NFC fucking North just like Dallas owns the NFC East at this point, so they
Let
can
me
fuck around and still do whatever. It don't even fucking matter at this
let me
point.
see. Let me see, y'all. 6-1. Boy, good lord. Now the AFC West, we got well, both the Rams and the Cardinals are 7-1. And the rest of it, look, I don't know how dead the 49ers are, but I think the Seahawks, we're probably going to get a couple victories out of them before the end of the season, man. But good lord,
Well, the Geno Smith era is still
the Geno Smith era. Then you got the Packers, like you said, ruling the roost over there, but everybody else is 3-4, 3-5, and you got the Lions at 0-8.
yeah,
But
it's
the strongest division is technically the West, but you got the
yeah.
South down here. The South is no.
The South and West are the only competitive esque ones and stuff to a
Yeah.
degree, and everybody else is like, yeah,
Ugly
we can
football.
we
Ugly
can
football. Let's just be real. Ugly football. There's no
yeah,
way of getting
it's
around it, Chris. I'm looking at the Cowboys, even with our division. Oh, it's ugly football because the Eagles ain't nothing, the Redskins ain't nothing, and the Giants ain't nothing. That is the
Eagles is the only one playing for a wild card spot because they're viable for it to a degree, but that's about
and
it.
technically, and I'm when I'm looking at this, technically the Lions, despite that 0-8, they're not that bad. I hate to be it. The NFC East is still the NFC least. It's still the worst division. I'm looking at it just pound for pound. The Redskins can't. The Washington can't beat nobody. That's
Can't
the
get a win to
problem.
say they can't get a
They
win to
just
say their
can't beat
life.
nobody. Ain't like they ain't got no bad players. They just can't beat no. They can't win games for nothing. Yeah, the Eagles are inconsistent. They're going to be inconsistent for the rest of this season. And like I said, the Giants. Do you know that the Giants are the worst team in the NFL since they took that picture? Took that picture on
They're
the boat.
depleted. They're just depleted on both ends and just
They
trying
are
to get something.
that by stats. The New York Giants have been the worst team since they took that picture on
On the
that
boat.
boat. That is amazing how that meme
It went from a
doomed
joke.
a whole
It went
generation of them.
it went from a joke to, oh, this is real. This is very real. Damn. Because didn't they take that picture before they went to the playoffs, or was it
Right
when they
before there was their bye week during their playoffs, and they lost the next game. And that team has not been right since then. That is
yeah.
weird how those situations can curse a team. The reason why I say that, now the reason we know this for a fact, because at least 4 years of Tony Romo's career was put on hold because him and Jason Witten said, "Nah, we're going to Cancun for a bye week," and
Oh
they
yeah,
clowned him
yeah.
for it. And Tony went up there and threw a goose egg against the Giants, and we got one. I think that's the year they won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
Lord,
that was when the Giants were
yeah.
Road Warriors, and everybody's like, "Oh, Dallas got this shit." It's like, hold up,
And
what the fuck
they
happened?
went up there. Terry Glenn couldn't catch a damn pass. I'm not
Also,
RIP,
also, also,
RIP to Mr. Glenn, but real Terry Glenn couldn't catch a ball to save his
also,
life that game. It pissed me
also,
off so bad.
also, Jessica Simpson was catching strays because Tony Romo was dating her at that time. So it was like, oh, you should have been with Jessica Simpson that weekend. I was
Ah,
like,
man, that
God
was so
damn.
funny. That was so funny. And then when Jessica Simpson married that dude off the 49ers, everybody flipped sides, and then you find out that nigga was like with MAGA or something. There was something fucked up about him. I forgot what it was. I don't care. But anyway.
Meanwhile, Tony Romo was like, losing side. You should have been a liberal. Ha ha.
Did Tony married a normal girl? Maybe he married a celebrity, didn't he?
No, he married Jerry's daughter.
He married Jerry's daughter?
Yeah, I believe so. That's why
Really?
that's why you think everybody says Tony Romo was Jerry's son because he married into his family, basically.
He really did. No, I'm being real. I don't. I like
Hold
as
on,
much as
hold on.
Candace Crawford. That ain't his daughter. Hey, I was like, the Candace Crawford was married to She was on what's her name, man? Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Hold on. Like he ain't like Candace Crawford ain't related to him. Related to Jerry Jones, is she? I don't think so. But anyway,
Okay.
anyway, it don't matter. The point is, though, I remember ever since that, but everybody, they. No, he's not.
Okay,
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
Somebody had it. There was on answers, but anyway, but ever since that boat trip, man, that ruined their whole career, man. It ruined everybody's career on that picture, man.
but
That's some
let's
money
get
to
to the
be.
scores and wrap this up.
Let's wrap this bad boy up.
I can say for certain that this is going to be a Thursday night game that's going to be a legit shit show. Jets, Colts.
Colts. Colts is winning this one. This is the one they win. This is what changes the season.
The upset pick, Jets.
Wow.
Fuck
Next.
it.
I'm not going that far with that one.
I'm
Next.
drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit on that one, so I'm gonna say
Let's
Jets.
see. No. That might be doing something. Let's see the next one.
AFC North Division battle, Browns Bengals. I'm going Bengals on this one. I think they might catch. I think they might just smell blood in the water with the
Well, yeah, I
Browns.
smell. Yeah, they're gonna smell blood in the water, and I think the Bengals should be legit pissed because they are, in my opinion, they are the strongest team in the North.
Yeah.
So I think they need to start winning some quality wins and take out everybody in the division. And take out everybody in the division, make it be known. You know? So yeah, they need to win this next one. So I'm going with them.
Broncos, Cowboys. Of course, I'm going Cowboys, and Dak is
Cowboys.
playing too. So
I don't think I think Dak should sit. I don't know.
Oh
But I
no,
really don't
no,
know.
yeah.
I really don't know
They're
how
saying Dak is
how
playing, but we'll see. I
you know
mean,
what I mean.
it seems
So,
like Dak is just kind of like, I mean, if we can go again, sure, fuck it,
but it was so
So
funny because at the beginning of the game, anybody that knows Dallas, anybody that knows this team like us, when you was like me when you saw Dak on during the
warm
pregame,
ups,
it was like, oh, Dak can play. Dak's fine. Dak is
but
fine.
there was like
He is
no,
fine. They said, oh, Cooper Rush starting. Like, all right, Coop. Let's see what we do, bro.
yeah.
That's all I said. Let's see how you got it, man.
So
But yeah.
Tank Bowl, Texans Dolphins.
Woo! That's a good.
I'll say Dolphins.
I don't like the Texans. So they are Dolphins. I
Um,
don't like them. Of all the
this
sorry teams, I really don't like the Texans. There's no worth of them right now to me.
this is going to be the thing that can really put the Saints in the position to kind of keep in contention. Falcons Saints NFC South battle. I'm going to go Saints.
I think this is not the game to go for the Saints because the Saints Falcons war rivalry is one of majesty and pettiness.
Oh yeah, yeah, I
So
forgot about that.
I
You're right.
got it. See, unlike Dallas and Washington, where both teams hate, unlike Dallas and Washington, Bears on Packers, Raiders, Broncos. No, they hate each other. They hate each other.
Yeah.
Now the Saints and Falcons, they hate each other. So that being said, Atlanta's going to smell. Atlanta's going. I got Atlanta winning this, and I'm not going to say big, but I got Atlanta winning thoroughly. I do.
All right. Raiders Giants. I'm going to go Raiders on this one.
Raiders. I mean, yeah, Raiders.
All right. The battle of where is these teams going to go from here? Patriots Panthers. They're both 4-4.
This is an interesting game, but
this could be pivotal. This could be pivotal for the Panthers here if they
remember
win.
the Panthers still ain't got. They're still not 100% themselves. They still ain't got Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? I think the Patriots are going to be the team to win. Funny that I talked to at least two Patriot fans. They both say the very same thing after the Dallas game. Mac might be Mac might be he might be it might be Mac. It might be Mac. I'm not saying he's the best, but it might be Mac. He might be the one for us. So
All right.
I gotta agree, man. The game he played against the Cowboys, it showed me a lot. I saw a lot of it. I was like, I'm not saying I'm like Bill Parcells when it came to Tony Romo. When the lights come on, everybody run out the way.
Yeah.
I mean it
Exactly.
with Mac. I see it with Mac already. He might be a dude that might be really nasty one day. We'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Oh God. Bills Jaguars. I'm going Bills. Cause I mean, come on, like it's the Jags.
I can't. So Bills. Yeah. Is it
Oh,
Bills? I can't.
I feel so sorry for the Vikings. Vikings, you got the Ravens, a fresh Ravens coming off bye.
Ooh, man, Lamar's gonna kill y'all.
And you're playing in
This is
Baltimore too?
I will say this though. I
Hmm.
will say this though. Vikings Nation, listen to me. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, because you
Like
don't know which Ravens you're gonna get to. That's the other sick
like
part.
like y'all can win it close.
Are you gonna
I
get the
got the Ravens
Ravens?
winning, but I think y'all can beat them. Oh, I
That's a
think they
possibility.
can. I just don't know how they can. With the way they play the Cowboys, I don't know how they can win, but I think they got
But
a
but
chance.
it's dependent on which Ravens are you going to get. Are you going to get the
So that's the
Ravens that are going to
funny.
shit the bed, or are you going to
Is
get the
this going to be
Ravens
the
that came
Ravens?
for business?
I know it's like this. Are these going to be the Ravens playing to their actual stats, their actual ratings, or is this going to be the Ravens that think they're the 2003 Ravens? Is this which
Yeah.
one?
um. Yeah. So I got Ravens. Chargers Eagles. This is gonna be an interesting one. I'm gonna
Ooh,
say Chargers.
ooh. I'm going with an upset. I think the Eagles are going to win this one. I
Okay. All
legit
right.
think the Eagles will win this one. I'm going with them. I'm going with that. That's the one I like.
All right. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Packers Chiefs. Now, bear in mind, folks, Packers do not have Aaron Rodgers. So FYI, no Aaron Rodgers. Who's the backup for?
I'm about to look at it right now.
No, I'm right on it right now. That would be
I'm gonna say, is it still Seneca
Jordan
Wallace?
Jordan Love.
What? No, no. Packers lost. Packers lost. Nope.
Mm. Jordan Love and Ben Kirk.
Packers. Packers losing. Packers
Yeah,
losing.
might have to go to Chiefs. How many interceptions did you got Mahomes throwing though?
One.
I'm
One.
saying I'm saying two.
I'm gonna say one.
All right.
I'm gonna say one. He's gonna be he's gonna be like that. So I got one pick. I
All
got
right, all
one
right,
pick coming out of that man.
all right. You know what? I'll gamble and say Packers. I don't know how, but this is gonna be. I'm gonna
I
say
don't think they're
Packers.
gonna win, but we'll see.
The great Jordan Love. Um,
Throwing down in the tundra, Green Bay. Brian, Burner, Burner. I love that music. I will play that. I will purposely play that NFL
Now
Fields
here's the
music
thing.
the
Here's the
whole
thing.
podcast. You fuck with
I'm
me. I love that
hearing
music.
I'm hearing Kyler Murray is probably not going to play against the 49ers. Colt McCoy is the backup. And we got Cardinals 49ers.
49ers better win this one. Y'all better win this one.
Uh,
But you know what? This is going to be actually. Here's the funny thing.
mhm,
Here's the funny thing. And this is for D.
mhm.
How good are y'all without Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
The same question
Well, they're
had to
saying
come
he
up.
should be good to go, but like I
But
don't know
look, my
how
question is
reliable
different.
that is.
If they don't play him, that is a really important question because the same question had to be brought up to Dallas. I think the Cardinals are in the same position as Dallas. Both of those teams look like they might be really strong playoff teams.
Mhm.
How good are you without your head?
Yeah.
We need to know that, and I need to know what type of team that the Cardinals are without
Kyler
him.
Murray got a left
Just being
ankle
honest.
sprain, and they're saying he might be good to go. But I'm like, you sure you want to gamble on that left ankle sprain? I'm
I
just
mean, y'all ahead of everybody. Y'all playing San Fran. Y'all can drop one to him if you want to.
yeah, but
So I don't know. I don't know if you want to play house money
we'll see
like
if
that.
he's
You know
good.
what I
We'll
mean?
see if he's a go. But I'm going to go Cardinals just to see what happens. You know.
Hey, might as well. I'm going to go with the 49ers. I'll go with the 49ers. Actually, I will go with the 49ers even if Kyle's playing. This
All right.
just seems like a game they might can sneak off with. You know what I mean?
All right. My upset pick in this game, Sunday night game, Titans Rams. I'm going Titans.
Titans ain't got Derrick Henry. You're about to truly see Cinderella without her fucking slipper. Nigga,
Hey,
it's
AP
gonna
dog,
be.
AP baby.
Let me tell you something, man. I respect Adrian Peterson for being the beast that he has always been. I don't think that's going to tip the scale for him. So we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Monday night game should be good, but this might be another upset for me. Bears Steelers. I'm going Bears because I still don't believe the Steelers. Sorry.
And look, like here's a funny thing too. I'm with you on that. I don't believe the Steelers either, but I don't believe the Bears either. I'm
Justin
gonna
Fields is
go.
showing potential. I will say that much. He's
I will
showing
say
potential.
this. I'm going with the Steelers reluctantly. I don't want to go for the Steelers in this game, but I think they're gonna win it.
Mm.
I can't give you a reason why they're gonna win, but I think they're gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. Definitely gonna watch this Warriors Hornets game because that's gonna be pretty
Next week, Chris. Hopefully, we can say that Usman beat the living shit out of a racist again.
I can't wait.
Oh, I'm watching
somebody
UFC
came
this
back for
weekend.
thirds.
I'm watching UFC this weekend because here's the funny thing, and I agree with some of the people. I agree with, of course, because I don't know MMA like that, but I agree with all the pundits when they talk about it. Yeah, Kobe's a fucking racist and that, yeah. He is the only one that can make Usman work. He's still a great fighter. Don't let his prejudice, his prejudice, his racism, his trollness, don't let that fool you.
Yeah.
Dude still got hands. Dude still got hands. That's the one thing we always have this thing. If you talk a lot in sports, therefore you're not good. You know what I mean? Like Muhammad Ali didn't walk this damn earth. We have this idea if you run in your mouth, you're not good. You know what I mean? So in this case, oh yeah, I want Usman to beat the shit out of him, but I don't want him to get caught slipping. You still fighting the nigga that know how to fight, dog. Come on now. So we'll see what that, man. We'll see what that. But Usman ain't scared of him. That's the difference, though. That's the one thing I know is Usman ain't scared of him.
He's like, just looking there like, that's cute.
I love that second. I loved it the second time he called him. I was like, I beat you.
It's like, what are you doing here?
Beat you. He's like, yeah, you want to do that shit again? I'll do it again. I'll do it again. And what happened? Wobble. Got that quarter, pop. All of a sudden, lift every voice and see. Hopefully it'll be the same thing, man. We get something nice to talk about after seeing Tyson Fury beat the shit out of a black guy. Hopefully we can have a reverse.
I forgot to mention, Chris Paul surpassed Mark Jackson and Steve Nash for third most assists of all time.
Yes, I did. I saw that this morning. And when you look at the gap between where he's at, where Steve Nash,
John Stockton.
But you look at it's like John Stockton at 15,000. Then right after that, it's like 12,000 is Kevin is Jason Kidd, and then 10,000 is Paul. And I'm thinking to myself, Chris, you're gonna have to play 2 full seasons, not getting hurt, just to keep up with, just to get to Jason Kidd.
You have to pay another maybe got to play at least 4 or 5 years to hit John Stockton.
No. I'll be honest with you. Nobody's hitting John Stockton in a while. It's going to be, and we just seen the person that can get close to him. That was Chris Paul.
Yeah. Woo. See, there's a lot of stats in basketball.
Was different when it came to distributing that ball. I know most of it was Karl Malone, but let's just be real. That's still insane. You mean to tell me all 15,000 times with Karl Malone? No, they weren't. That's a career. That is nasty.
Hold on. Real quick. How long does John Stockton was playing in the NBA?
That was like from 81 to like what, 2000?
Hold up, let me look.
No, it can't be 81. It couldn't be 81 he was playing.
1984 to 2003.
Wow.
He played in 2003?
He almost played 20 years in the NBA. That is impressive, Mr. Stockton. Like, here's the funny thing. I like how everybody our age know who John Stockton is. We respect him. Even though he played in booty shorts, we respect
John Stockton, folks. I want you to understand something.
That nigga.
Me and my dad always joked that John Stockton was the only white guy in the NBA that refused to give up the booty shorts. He's like, nah, bro, these pants are staying with me, baby.
And my dad said, "See, when you see a dude wearing his shorts like that, that's a comfort thing for him."
Oh, it is.
That's
Because
a
he ain't
comfort
wearing
thing for
he ain't
him.
wearing the baggy shorts. He's like, nah,
Oh, he
bro.
ain't wearing it for a reason. That means it's for more free. But like, see, when Jordan made the baggy shorts a thing, everybody kind of followed suit. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
get it.
Which
You know,
made it
that's how
weird
it
to
is.
see Chris Mullen wear it. I'm like, yo, Chris, I know you're not comfortable in them baggy shorts. Come on, dog. Like,
Chris
who?
Muller loved. You know, Chris Muller liked. No, he didn't know.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Chris Muller, hey guys, can we have a little bit tighter, a little bit higher? You know, but more creasing up our ass. Can we have that?
It's like I don't have an ass, guys. All right, Jesus.
Like, yo, I think but like it's just kind of funny though. When I looked at that stat, I'm like, that's really impressive. That's mega impressive, man. To really have that type of
This
to
is
really
this is
have that numbers like that, yeah, that is
this is
insane.
why I could not. This is why a lot of us older NBA fans had to tell some of the young kids that saw that NBA 75, like, yo, like, if some of these veterans were in their prime playing today's NBA, they will murder people.
Some of them, and
Dennis
before
Rodman,
and
especially.
and this is the last thing we will do for tonight, and I'll just go through the list real quick because I wanted to do this last week, but we didn't come
Yeah,
out
yeah,
last
yeah,
week.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
number one, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Number two, Ray Allen. Number three, Giannis. Number four, Melo. Which got to be real. Cool. number
Sure.
number five, Nate Archibald. Number six, Paul Arizin. Cool.
Yeah, it's
Number
like
number seven, Chuck. I had to get into a fight with a couple of people over Chuck. I'm not doing this with y'all. Number eight, Rick Barry. Number nine, Elgin Bell. And number 10, Dave Bing. Real talk. Dave Bing, I have yet to get it. Any black person that's not from DC can't really describe to me how good Dave Bing is, and I have a problem with
I
that.
just go by some of the older people. I'm like, you know what? I believe you.
Yeah. All I hear is like, hey man, he a beast, man. You know, he from DMV, man. You gotta respect him. Like, yeah, that's nice. How many championships in it? You see what I'm saying, right? Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
number 11, Larry Bird. Number 12, Kobe Bryant. Number 13, Wilt. 14, Bob Cousy. And I dare nigga to tell me that
I know,
Bob
right?
Cousy ain't a monster.
Man.
Number 15, Dave Cohen's. Get him off this list. Number
Yep.
16, Billy Cunningham. How did he make it? How did Billy Cunningham make it? Number 17, Stephen Curry. Number 18, Anthony Davis. I say no, but I see what everybody else
Yeah,
says.
yeah.
Number 19, Dave Bouchier. Bouchier. I always butcher his
The
last name.
Bashir or something like
Yeah,
that.
Bouchier or what? Bouchier. I think that's how you say it. But anyway, yes, he actually does deserve it. In my
Yeah.
opinion, he does deserve to be on this list. Number 20, Clyde Drexler. Yo, real talk. Clyde, how did you get on this list?
Sir, don't let the hairline fool you. He was good.
Shut up. First off, I respect Clyde Drexler. All right. I'm just saying.
He
I
did
don't
get them a
think he-
championship. He did get him a championship, to be
One,
fair.
he had a piggyback on that to get it. So don't do
Now,
that with
granted,
me.
it was granted, I don't want to be
It
that
was the
guy.
Rockets.
No, granted, it was during when Jordan decided he wanted to go and see the world.
And
So,
and real talk, that's Hakeem doing all the. That was Hakeem and Mario Ellie doing all the work. If you ask D,
but
Anyway.
at the same time, gotta respect their hairline and Clyde. So
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I think Clyde Drexler. I think what really goes underrated about him of how much of a scoring dude, how much of a
Machine.
scorer he was. He was just nice. Anyway, number 21, Tim Duncan. 22, Kevin Durant. 23, Dr. J. 24, Patrick Ewing. I love Patrick Ewing. Get in.
Hey, don't disrespect who
I
told you to
love
shoot the
Patrick.
ball.
I love Patrick Ewing, but it's like, come on in. Anyway,
Walt
Anyway,
Frazier.
15. In 25, Walt Frazier. 26, KG. 27, George Gervin. 28, Al Greer. 29, James Harden. 30, John Havlicek. Number 31, Elvin Hayes. 32, Allen Iverson. 33, LeBron. 34, Magic. 35, Sam Jones. 36, Michael Jordan. 37, Jason Kidd. 38, Kawhi Leonard. 29, DL. I'm sorry, Damian. How did you make this list?
It's Damian Lillard. He's good.
How did he? Number 40, Jerry Lucas. Yes, he does belong
Yes.
on this list. You smart ass young kid. I don't know nothing about white people back then. No. 41, Karl Malone. 42, Moses Malone.
No
Which
relation.
I gotta say, Moses Malone making the list. That's good. Thank you.
It is.
Thank you. 43, Pistol Pete. 44, Bob McAdoo. Number 45, Kevin McHale. 46, George Mikan.
Sure.
47, Reggie Miller.
Oh yeah,
48.
there was a lot of people contending about Reggie Miller. I'm like, guys, he was like Steph Curry before Steph
That's
Curry.
mean. And I don't understand why Mama's going to hate, just shade. You know why? Because you know why? Because Reggie Miller's not in 2K. So that's the reason why niggas
That dude
go on
was.
him.
It was like if you needed a guy to shoot a three and was clutch, you get Reggie Miller like
You
that.
get
That
Reggie Miller. Nigga. Anyway.
Earl Monroe
40,
48.
yeah, 48 Earl Monroe, 49 Steve Nash, 50 Dirt, 51 Dream, 52 Shaq, 53 thank you Robert Parrish,
Mhm.
54 Chris Paul, 55 The Glove,
Mhm.
56 Bob Priett, 57 Paul Pierce.
I know he's happy.
Oh, look at me. This is coming from a Paul Pierce fan. Top 75.
Okay.
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing. That's all I'm saying. 58, 58 Scotty, 59 Willis Reed, 60 Oscar Robinson, 61 David Robinson. Damn right. 62 Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
Yes. 63 Bill Russell, 64 Dolph Shays. Shays. I don't know enough. So I can't say nothing. 65 Bill Sherman. Now I do know enough.
Yep.
Why is he on this list? 66 John Stockton, 67 Zeke, 68 Nate Thurman. If y'all don't know who Nate Thurman is, I'm going to suggest this. Look him up and look up some of his games. This dude was like the Dwight Howard before the Dwight Howard even existed. He was getting numbers that made no sense. He got a quadruple double a few dozen times.
This man was
He's insane.
This man was 6'11".
He was 6'11" during that time where I was still tall at that time, but still, this was in whew. Anyway, 69, Wes Unseld, 70,
Damn right.
Dwayne 70 Dwayne Wade, 71 Bill Walton, 72 the great Jerry West, who Jerry West said himself that we all thinking, so when are you going to make Kobe the logo? Yes, thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
So 73, yes, Brody deserves to be on this list. 64, Lenny Wilkins. I'm doing this for my dad. 75 Dominique Wilkins. I'm doing this for myself.
Okay.
Dominique. So I got one more on here. 76 that says James Worthy. Now here's the thing. I don't know the whole rule what's going on with that, but there's at least 4 people that you can push off and put James Worthy on. Yes, you can. How is James? That's my problem. How is Scotty on this list and James Worthy not? That's Dee's problem. How is James Worthy, one of the nastiest ball players of all time, not on a list of a lot of stuff? James Worthy is so underrated, man. He was nice. Anyway, that's it. I really wanted to go on this whole little thing about the 75, but I'm not about to do that. So fuck it. But anyway, man, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Anyways, we will catch you guys later. Peace out.
See y'all next week.